We'll start in 1 minute, okay? Let me just share the link everywhere. And you guys can share the link and just inform your friends that we're going to start in a minute, okay? And also, the ones who have joined in, just let me know whether I'm clearly visible on your mobile, laptops, or your tabs for that matter, or your cell phones for that matter, and whether I'm clearly audible. If there's any technical problem, do let me know now only so that we can resolve the same, okay? Okay, everybody, please do let me know in the comment box that audible, visible, all perfect. And you guys have to sit with your calculators. That is the most important part. Okay, let everybody join in and then we'll start in a minute. Okay. All of you, you have to sit with your calculators and your FM book. Okay. It doesn't matter that from where you have taken the coaching for this financial management. But if you want to revise with me, it's very simple. Keep a book, calculators, your mind open, keep it very free. Whatever we are going to do in the next couple of days, it is going to be a value addition. Okay. Remember one thing, it's a revision series. Okay. It's not a marathon. So we are not going to rush into very quickly. Okay. The schedule is already out. I've already given the schedule on the social media handles of HGPA. Just to give you a free few pointers. Number one, today we are going to cover 3 chapters. It's cost of capital, dividend policy, and leverage. Okay. Also, one more thing. Even CA inter people can obviously watch this videos or watch this revision. So what happened the moment I posted the video the other day? There were a lot of comments also that even DMs in the Instagram that can even we watch these series, and the answer is definitely yes. The portion is same. Yes, the sums are quite different in to some extent the level, but yes, I'm going to cover every bit of that. Okay. Talking about these chapters are there common for every individual student. Okay, so I hope everybody is there. So now can we start with this series? Okay, first of all, a very good morning to everybody. You can have your cup of tea, coffee, just sit there. Okay, please do not get distracted by anything. In the next couple of hours, you need to start financial management. Okay, if you have not started financial management after now, this is the right time. As I said already, both the students, cmainter as well as cmainter, can watch this FM series. Okay, chalo. Now, number one, chapters of target today. That is very simple. Cost of capital. Cost of capital, which is the most common chapter, most asked chapter. Next is your dividend policy. Next is your dividend policy. Both these chapters go hand in hand. Okay, dividend policy and the most favorite, and that is leverage. Okay, now this is the target today. Also, one more thing, I'll tell you the flow on how we are going to go, because see, we have to cover a lot variety of questions also. So the first thing what we'll do is, first we'll target First, we'll target the first two chapters, which are very important, and the questions are completely mix and match. Okay. Sometimes in dividend policy, they would ask you cost of capital also. So let us focus on the first two chapters, and then afterwards we go on to leverage. Okay. The sequence is going to be very simple. First, the concept. Next, your formulas, which is very very important. So the students who have already taken the coaching from me, you might have you should have the handbook of the FM formulas, okay, which is very handy. So what I want to tell everybody is that if you have not prepared a FM formula book, just keep it very simple. You just pull out a page and just start writing on the formulas, because in FM up till now you might have realized one thing, and that is very sure, that is formulas. So you need to learn the formulas, okay? And even if you know the formulas, you might be thinking, so it's very simple chapter. Cost of capital, dividend policy, leverage for that matter is very, very simple. Completely agree with you. But please write down the formulas when I am teaching, and obviously going to make some more practice of yours, okay? It's going to help you only eventually. So the sequence is very simple. First I'll cover the concept, next the formulas, and next we will solve the sums. As simple as that. This is going to be our strategy. Okay. Now I have covered the maximum questions. Okay, maximum questions. Now these questions are from your mock, the model question papers. I've also jotted down the years over there. Second, I've also taken down the past examination questions and some very tricky questions. Okay, so that you really need to think. Now, before I start doing all of this thing, first we will get our hands upon what very simple, and that is the concept and what exactly a chapter is and the formula. Okay, so can we start the first one? The first one, see, remember one thing, I'm not there's no PDF over here. I already have a PDF, but I want you to do it with me only, no matter how much time you have done in your book. Please do it with me, and please keep a page ready so that it becomes very easy for you also to revise when the exams are near. Okay, so the first chapter is very very simple. I also tell you what are the shortcut tricks and where you need to focus actually. And first one is your cost of capital. Okay. Also one more thing for all the cmainter students, okay, pay attention please. Every question is of 7 marks. You might have gone through the model question paper. Every question is of 7 marks. Now, if I want to tell you today's session, 3 chapters we have taken, 7 into 3, 21 marks is very, very important. Okay. So please do not even miss out on any one question out of this. 21 marks is today's session. I'm not even counting the MCQs. MCQ we will do on the last day, but MCQ will also come in this. So 7 marks, and I have obviously taken on all the questions. You will see in every examination they are asking one question on all these chapters, especially dividend policy and leverage. Very 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 important. Okay, so now cost of capital was the most important part of this chapter. Is that first of all you need to understand the couple variety of formulas. There are a lot of formulas and which are very easy. Okay, so first of all understand the basic behind this chapter. The examiner will ask you to obviously compute what is the cost of capital. That is nothing but your weighted average cost of capital. So whenever a company is raising funds, जब IPO निकलता है, initial public offer. For example, recently Hyundai came out with an IPO. So remember one thing, they have to raise the funds, right? The fundraising can be through various sources. For example, it can be through equity, through debt, or through preference. Okay. Even for that matter, it might be your money also. That is called as retained earnings. The point is, if these are the sources of funds, it is not going to come free of cost. Every source will have one common thing, and that is boss cost. For example, if the company goes into the bank to raise a loan, it is not going to come free of cost. They are going to charge interest. That interest becomes your cost of capital. Okay. Now the question which will come in the exam is not, they're not going to ask you individually. They'll ask you, please tell us what is the entire cost of capital of raising all the funds for the company. Indirectly, they are asking you weighted average cost of capital. Now, please pay attention for 2 minutes. Okay. Now, if that is gone in your head, weighted average cost of capital is the combination, is the aggregation, is the summation of a lot of things. Now, that is what the chapter is made up of. Number one, it is your cost of equity. next is your cost of debt, next is cost of preference share, and next is cost of retained earnings. That's it. This is the main summary of the chapter. You only need to understand what are the formula of this. I'm repeating myself again. Weighted average cost of capital. Achha, one more thing. Also called as overall cost of capital. Many people get confused over there. Sometimes you know what happens? This institute, they try to put a googly. They'll ask you, please compute overall cost of capital. Don't get आपका बीपी ऊपर नीचे मत करो. उसका मतलब वही है. It is nothing but weighted average cost of capital only. Overall cost of capital. Also, one more thing. Even this has a denotation. Even this has a denotation, and it is denoted by KO. Okay. So, boss, on your screen, KO is there, KE is there, KD is there, KP is there, and KR is there. Okay. Cost of equity, I'll write it down. Cost of equity, cost of debt, cost of preference shares, and cost of retained earnings. Cost of retained earnings. All of you out there, I'm telling you again, please write it down. Huh? I know everybody is a champion, everybody is a pro. Sir, what is this? We know all of this stuff. मतलब ये तो हम कभी भी कर सकते हैं. Except, completely agree. I completely trust on you also. The point is you need to write it down. Okay. Make sure in the next couple of hours जितना भी अपन करेंगे आज आपको लिखना है, ठीक है? Make, and at the end of day today you need to wrap up with these 3 chapters. डायरेक्टली आप लोग उसको ओपन करेंगे, एग्जाम के समय ओपन करेंगे. ओके, सो प्लीज मेक श्योर कि यू आर राइटिंग इट डाउन. ओके, नहीं तो मैं इसका पीडीएफ भी इंसर्ट कर सकता हूँ और मैं आपको सिर्फ टिक मार्क करके दिखा भी सकता हूँ ये इसका फॉर्मूला है. वेरी इजी फॉर मी. ओके, बट प्लीज राइट इट डाउन, इट मेक्स मोर सेंस. चलो, नाउ KE, KD, KP, and KR. Okay, this everything is basically your weighted average cost of capital, also called as your overall cost of capital. Okay, sir. This is going in our head. Now, going ahead, now we have to drag down one thing. Okay, so we'll do one thing. Pay attention, please, everybody. First, we start off with your cost of debt. Cost of debt. Pay attention. Also called as KD. Also called as KD. Now, whenever debt comes into picture, don't get confused over there. कि only loan के समय ये आएगा, नहीं भाई. So we're talking about debentures. We're talking about the normal debt also, obviously loan. So whenever interest is the common factor, you need to compute KD. Now I'll write the formula and I also tell you the institute, whenever they put a bouncer, what exactly you have to do. Okay, now first we'll write down a simple formula. This is very simple. There are 2 formulas for this, you might know it. One is irredeemable, and the other is redeemable. Okay, now if it's irredeemable, you can start writing down if you know the formula. Don't wait for me to do it. Okay, KD is equal to I1 minus T upon NP. Okay, very simple formula. I stands for interest, T stands for corporate tax, and NP stands for net proceeds. Okay, what do you mean by net proceed? The realization, the money which you are going to receive. Very simple. Redeemable, KD is equal to I1 minus T plus RV minus NP upon N whole divided by RV plus NP upon 2. Now RV stands for what? Redeemable value. So whenever in the examination, like in the question, whenever they're giving you RV, it's completely written over there. If this is the maturity period and this is the RV, then you need to use this formula. Okay. Obviously, if you go a little bit technically, irredeemable is not allowed now, but only for the sake of computing they're doing it. Okay. Also, one more thing. This is okay. This is done. RV stands for redeemable value, T stands for corporate tax, NP stands for net proceeds, N stands for number of years to maturity. Now, pay attention please now. This is a simple formula. Done. Now, what you have to keep in mind is, write down this over here. This is very, very important. And I have seen many students getting stuck over here. Interest, or I write KD, is always after tax. KD is always after tax. This is also called as post tax, because see, interest and dividend. Interest is paid on debentures, dividend is paid on preference shares. But what is the difference between the two? Tax perspective. Number one, Interest is a tax deductible expenditure. I repeat myself again. Interest is a tax deductible expenditure. It is allowed for tax purposes. That is why whenever we are writing the formula, it is 1 minus t. That means it is post tax, it is after tax. Okay. So the reason why have we written this note, I'll tell you why. In the examination, if a question is there on debenture, so your work is very easy. You might be very easy to like calculate also, because see, NV is there, RV is there, N is there. It's very simple, right? But when they are talking about loan, कभी और क्या होता है? 8% debenture. Pay attention, please. 8% debenture. There's some value over there. You might be able to solve this also, but in the same question, they might also tell you 9% there is a bank loan. There is a bank loan. Now students get confused over here. अरे यार इसका तो अपन कर लेंगे केडी, वो तो कोई बड़ा बात नहीं है, formulas there. But what about this 9% bank loan? So boss, remember, whenever loan they have mentioned, no, you only have to do one simple step, and that step is out of this 9%, you only have to deduct what? You only have to deduct what? The tax. You only have to show the examiner that it is after tax, post tax. You don't need to do the entire stuff. Information है ही नहीं अपने पास, तो सिर्फ टैक्स आपको डिडक्ट करना है. दैट इज कॉल्ड एज पोस्ट टैक्स. Are you understanding this? So whenever you're computing cost of debt, DEBT, two things might come across in the question. One, debenture, which is very simple because the formula is there on your screen. But when loan they are asking you, don't make the mistake of writing down the exact line, the number in the WACC table. तो आपके सोचेंगे यार इसमें कुछ कंपटीशन करना नहीं है, अपने काम करते हैं, straight will put the number and will add it in the WACC table. No, you have to do one simple step, and that is what? Just deduct the tax rate. As simple as that. I hope you are getting this. Okay. Also, one more thing which I want to add here is that this NP calculation, net proceeds. Also, see, the many students after doing all of this also from a lot of coaching academies, they will get I've been many questions have come. Sir, NP निकालते बराबर है, वो flotation cost का मतलब क्या होता है? So keep this in mind. Very very simple. This net proceeds, I've told you, it is realization. जो पैसा आ रहा है. So it's very simple, boss. This is your company. This is your company. Okay, this is what you have issued to outsiders, and this is the money which the others are paying you. Okay, and this is the realization. That's your net proceeds. Okay, and why do we call it net? So net क्यों बोलते हैं अपन? Because we need to deduct all the expenses. We need to deduct all the expenses which are in the way, in the process. And this person is paying you 100 rupees, but let us say there's a commission involved in between, and all legal expenses for that matter. कंपनी के हाथ में सिर्फ 80 रुपीज आ रहा है. He's paying 100, company is getting 80, 20 is going, it's an expense. So basically 80 rupees is called as your net proceeds and not 100 bucks. Are you understanding this? Very simple. Okay, so you need to deduct the expenses, and that is why there is one concept, one expense which comes into picture, and that expense is what's called as flotation cost, and that expense is called as flotation expenses. Okay, now you might have heard this a lot of time. Okay, so what we do is, it's our mentality. आपने को सर ने क्या बोला है, सिर्फ deduct करना है, सिर्फ minus करना है. Except we completely agree with it. Understand what you mean by flotation cost in the first place. Flotation cost means the cost which is incurred by the company to float the issue, FLOAT, to float the issue in the market. So there might be a lot of admin charges, legal charges involved in that, issuing prospectus and all that stuff. So that is basically your flotation cost, and that we need to deduct while computing your net proceeds. Okay, simple. Chalo, can we go on further? I hope KD has gone in your mind very crystal clear. Okay, chalo. Point number two. It is cost of preference shares. Cost of preference shares. By the way, after the formulas का पूरा this is over, no? After this, I'll take dividend policy immediately. Formulas इकट्ठा करेंगे, and then we'll solve the sums in a very mixed manner. And we start by solving dividend policy sums only. There are some few sums which I've picked today which are very very tricky. Okay, तो पहले पूरे formulas दिमाग में डालेंगे, then we'll go ahead. Okay, cost of preference shares, very simple, called as what? KP. Called as what? KP. Okay, now cost of preferences, what is the cost? Sir, the cost is dividend. The cost is dividend. Okay, simple. There are two formulas for this. Irredeemable and redeemable. Okay, chalo. If you know the formula, don't wait for me. Start writing it down. KP is equal to dividend upon NP. Very short and sweet formula. Nothing else is there because dividend is not tax deductible. It is not post tax. Okay. So whenever you are computing the statement, it's always above. So remember, interest is a tax deductible expenditure. After that, जो बचता है, फिर आप dividend minus करते हो, and then whatever remains, that goes in the hands of what equity shareholders. But there's one catch to this. There's one small catch to this, and that is what it is 1 plus t. Why am I written it in red? Because if they are giving you, if they are giving you DDT, that is dividend distribution tax, very clearly mentioned in the question, then only you need to add, because whenever you are paying dividend, you need to pay dividend distribution tax. Okay, तो कभी minus नहीं होता है. So, and this only comes when your dividend distribution tax is clearly given in the question. So if it is not given, don't use your head over there. अरे नहीं टैक्स तो दिया नहीं है, बस सर ने फॉर्मूला दिया ना, मतलब स्टेट काम करता है, जो ऊपर का टैक्स दिया ना वो कॉर्पोरेट टैक्स, वो यहाँ पे क्या करते हैं, प्लस करते हैं. बिल्कुल भी ऐसा मत करो. It is completely wrong. It is 0 marks because that T, ये जो वाला T है ना, ये वाला T, this is different, and this is called as your what, corporate tax. This is called as your corporate tax. Okay, it's basically company tax. Okay, company income tax basically. Okay, but this is different. This is dividend distribution tax. So unless until they have not given, don't use the head over there. Just your simple formula will be D upon NP, as simple as that. Okay, now KP redeemable, D 1 plus T if applicable, plus remains the same, RV minus NP upon N whole divided by RV plus NP upon 2. Okay, simple. All the like abbreviations are same. RV stands for redeemable value, NP stands for what, net proceeds, N stands for number of years to maturity. Okay, so now this is cost of preferential, very simple. Also one more thing, in this also keep that in mind, many students get confused. If in the like the question they have told you 9% preference share, अगर ऐसा है आपको, pay attention, 9% preference shares. Okay, so and they have asked you to do WACC and you think अरे यार करना क्या है इसका, like बाकी तो सब कुछ हो गया है, KE we have done, KD we have done, this KP का what we need to do now, अरे boss, it's very simple. So if 9% preference share is there, this comes as it is. 9% is only your what, KP. Why? Because see, you are not supposed to add tax unless they have mentioned it, and there's no formula. It's D upon NP, right? So preference share, usually it's 100 rupees, the face value. So 9%, 9 rupees upon 100 we give 9%. So moral of the story, KD, KP. In KD, if they have given you 9% debentures, you need to act. You need to do something. What? Tax minus करना पड़ेगा उसमें से. But the same thing doesn't apply over here. This is not after tax. So in this thing, you need to simply do what? Simply take the number over the 9%. That is only your what, KP. Because you don't need to deduct tax over here. Please get that in your mind. Very, very straightforward. Because when you're solving the sum, this might be a small confusing point. Okay, and one small digit ka error also in your calculation will end up your back to be completely wrong. Okay, simple. Now 9, this is over. We'll go on to the most important stuff. Okay, and that is cost of equity shares. Cost of equity shares. Cost of equity shares. Pay attention, please, everybody. Cost of equity shares. Okay, now in equity shares, obviously it is not going to be what, redeemable, irredeemable. Okay, now in this there are models, there are methods. We go one by one. Simple. The first one, KE is equal to D1 upon P0. What is D1 stands for? Expected dividend, future dividend. And what is P0? It is current market price per share. Okay. Just for understanding over here, I'll just write it. D1 is nothing but D0 plus G. Okay. So if current dividend is given, you simply need to add what, growth to it. Okay. I'll tell you what is growth and all that. This is only what we need to do today. Okay. End of today, you need to complete these chapters. Simple. Next model, which is the most used model, the second one. Okay. And that is K is equal to D1 upon P0 plus G. This is the most used formula where you guys need to use it. Okay. Sure. Third, EPS model. So KE is equal to EPS upon P0. Fourth, it is a CAPM model. So K, RF, plus beta RM minus RF. And there's one more formula which I gave you. Please write down this everything. KE is equal to 1 divided by PE ratio. What does P ratio stands for? Price earning ratio. It is not profit earning. Huh? It is price earning. I want these 5 formulas in your book straight away. And let me know once you're done. Let me know once you're done. And everybody needs to be active in the commenter. सिर्फ देखो मत, Netflix का show नहीं चालू यहाँ पे. Okay, this is not something stand-up comedy which is going on. You need to comment. Yes, sir, I've understood. Okay, I'm writing it down. Okay, so that I'll understand that you're writing it down. Okay, don't just watch over there. Chalo, let me know once you're done with this. Then we'll go ahead. Everybody, okay with this? Everybody done? See, I'll tell you one more thing here. This one. This formula is the last one. This formula. This formula is very important. K upon 1 upon P. Now what happens is eventually everybody has an idea of what is the above formula. It's very simple. But this formula, if they want to put a tricky thing, if they want to tell you, if they want to ask you, if boss, please find K nikal ke do, and they'll give this information P over there. So you need to use your brains over there, okay? Make this sheet. It will become very handy when you go to the exams, okay? Not in the exam, for the exam, okay? Chalo. Next. So this is your K basically. Next, fourth we'll do. Pay attention. So we are down with K. What we have done? KD, KP, KE we have done. Next. Cost of retained earnings, which is the most simple. Which is most simple? Retained earnings. But this has a catch to it. Huh? It has a catch to it. Retained earnings. What retained earnings? Retained earnings. KR. Cost of retained earnings, KR. Okay, now remember, KR, retained earnings, is nothing but what? It's your own money. This is the money which you have saved, reserves and surplus जिसको अपन बोलते हैं. So उसका कॉस्ट कैसे रहेगा सर? ये बाकी के ऊपर के तीन है ना, इक्विटी शेयर, डिबेंचर्स, प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स, वी हैव एक्चुअली रेज्ड इट फ्रॉम द पब्लिक, राइट? And we need to give them back something. That's why we are computing the cost over there. But sir, what about this? This is the own money only. But boss, you might have like you might know it. There's something called as what? There's something called as what? Opportunity cost. There's something called as what? Opportunity cost. That it is completely agreed. It's your own money only. You have saved it, but you are putting it in your business now. You might have used it somewhere else. आप जाके इन्वेस्टमेंट भी कर सकते थे, आपको उसके ऊपर पैसा मिल सकता था. लेट अस से आप एफडी में डाल सकते थे. You might have put your money in your fixed deposit at the rate of let us say 4%. That 4% is the interest lost. That was the opportunity which you had, but now it is not there. So we need to calculate the cost, the lost cost. Okay, so it's very simple by the way. KR is equal to KE, because see we have no idea कि individual cost of retained earning कैसे compute करेंगे आप. Okay, सबका अलग अलग रहने वाला opportunity. That's why just for the sake of formality, what we do is we take some number, and that number is nothing but a KE. Okay, but I've also told you in the lectures में मैंने आपको कहा है एक चीज, that KR will not be equal to KE when two things are there. When two things are there. One, if in the question flotation cost is given, and second, personal income tax is given. Personal income tax is given. I repeat myself again. 99.99% KR will be equal to KE. But if they are telling you, if they are asking in the examination that was flotation cost is there or personal income tax is there, then KR is not equal to KE. Okay, very simple. So one side, what if flotation cost is given in the question? You know what we will do? See, remember one thing. If flotation cost is given in the question, तो आपने उसी question में जब KE निकाला रहेगा तो KE कंप्यूट करते वक्त you might have deducted it from the NP. That's what I told you when I told you the NP का logic. I'll repeat myself again. So if in a question there is KE also and there is KR also, and in that question this is their flotation cost. So while computing KE, you might have deducted it, because whenever money is going to come, you will deduct the flotation cost and then you will put it number one. But when you are computing KR, boss, there is no question only of flotation cost. अरे पैसा मेरा है, opportunity cost मैं क्या फ्लोट कर रहा हूँ मार्केट में, कुछ भी नहीं, then why will I deduct the flotation cost when computing KR? So that is the logic for that. So boss, whenever flotation cost is given in the question, whenever flotation cost is given in the question, you need to recompute the KR. Basically you need to recompute the KE only for KR purpose, and when you are doing that, you will not deduct flotation cost while computing KR. So I'll write it over here. don't deduct don't deduct flotation cost. Don't deduct flotation cost. Very simple, makes sense also, right? Next, personal income tax. Very simple. If there is a big wording in the question, personal income tax, shareholders income tax, only in that case you need to deduct that thing. Okay, so if that is there, very simple, what do we do? So KR will be KE 1 minus T. And what is that T, by the way? T stands for this only. Okay, so I've already told you in my lectures, 3 types of taxes are there in your cost of capital. Corporate tax, number one. Second is your dividend distribution tax, and third is there on your screen, and that is the personal income tax. Okay, so this is basically a flow of your formulas. Now again, some shortcut tricks which it might be handy to you. Okay, pay attention everybody, boss, pay attention. Now number one, 7 marks question it is. I'll show you also. I have jotted it down. 7 marks question. They'll ask you what? Sir, they'll ask us one thing, and that is what? Weighted average cost of capital. Are boss, when they're asking you weighted average cost of capital, they will ask you what? 2 things. One, based on book value. Based on book value. And next, they'll ask you what? Based on market value. Based on market value. Now, you tell me one thing. Book value and market value, what is the difference, Ray? And book value as in the figures which are given in the books of account, which is there in front of you, and market value need to compute. So they will write market price per share. So what you will do? You need to recompute this. How will you do? Number of shares into the market price per share, number of debentures into the market price per debenture, number of preference shares into market price per preference share. Are you understanding this? So you need to recompute the values if they are asking you market value of bank. Okay, book value is very simple. The figures are already there in your question only. Now after this, one more thing. Very simple. And make sure you write all of this stuff. Format of WACC. Format of WACC. Simple. What do you do? So the first thing which is going to come is what? Sources. What all is there? Equity is there, preference is there, debentures there, return earnings there. There might be aggregation of couple or सब भी हो सकता है उसमें, ठीक है? After sources, there will be what? Amount. There will be amount. Amount can be 2 stuff: book value or market, depending on the question. Next, after this, you will do what? Sir, then you will do weight. Now, whenever amount is there, amount के ऊपर weight निकलता है. Okay, so individual figure divided by total. Individual figure divided by total. That's how you compute weight. After this, cost of capital, which always will be in percentage because that's what you have computed the formulas. And last will be बहुत बढ़िया, weight into COC. Weight into COC. And this will be, boys and girls, your final WACC. This will be your final WACC. Are you understanding this? This is your format of WACC. Source, amount, weight, COC, and weight into COC. Okay. Now, this is what you need to show the examiner when they ask you. It's a 7 marks question is going to come. Okay. Now, one important point before I move on to the next chapter. Okay. Pay attention, please. Pay attention. I hope you're writing this down. And I hope you're understanding what is going on. That's the most important part. Big note over here. Note. Note is this. Let me first discuss with you and then we will go ahead. Okay. The note which I want to write down is, so in the examination, they will definitely ask you what? Market value of what? This bank. The point is, in that, there will be one chota sa point, and that will be your retained earnings. Okay. मतलब अगर क्वेश्चन में है रिटेन अर्निंग्स, ओके तो वील डू इट ओनली ना। और क्या करना है अपने को, अमाउंट नया निकालना है, सिंपल, एंड रेस्ट ऑल रिमेन द सेम। बट दैट डजंट हैपन इन रिटेन अर्निंग्स, बिकॉज व्हाई, you only ask your own self, what does retained earnings have a market value? So absolutely not. तो खुद का पैसा भाई वो थोड़ी मार्केट पे है। So technically speaking, in the format, there should be no value against the retained earnings. There should be no value only against retained earnings. In fact, retained earnings आना ही नहीं चाहिए जब market value पूछते हैं। So what happens is, please pay attention. So whenever I'll write it down only. Whenever WACC is asked for market value, whenever WACC is asked for market value, okay, market value, and if retained earnings, if retained earnings is given in the question, if retained, I hope it's visible to you, right? दिख रहा है ना? Is given in the question, then first I'll dictate and then first I'll explain. So there will be a market price of equity, right? So अगर market value दिया इसका मतलब सबका वैल्यू रहेगा ना बॉस, इक्विटी का रहेगा, प्रेफरेंस का रहेगा, डिबेंचर का रहेगा। जो इक्विटी का वैल्यू रहेगा ना, इक्विटी का वैल्यू, एग्जांपल 20,000 shares are there and the market price of equity is, let us say, 200 rupees. So what I'll do, I'll go on my calculator and take 20,000 into what I'll do, 200 I'll do, and I'll get the value of 40 lakhs. This 40 lakhs I'll go and put in the table. But wait, the point is, now we need to divide this 40 lakhs into two things, because as per the funda goes like this. So in this 40 lakhs, no, there is retained earnings also. तो आपको सिर्फ क्या करना है, आपको सिर्फ डिवाइड करके दिखाना है। कैसे? So if I want to write the equity share capital, so what I do, 40 lakhs is there. I won't write 40 lakhs. You can write also, there's no problem. Answer will be same only, big deal. But the disclosure, that will be different. So what I have to do is, retained earnings मुझे उसमें दिखाना होता है। सिर्फ फिर कौन से रेशियो में डिवाइड करेंगे? That ratio will be the same ratio which is there in the balance sheet, the question. So whatever old ratio is there, no, that ratio you need to what? Divide this thing. Most important part, write this down. I write it. So whenever a WACC is asked for market value and the retained earnings is given the question, then show the bifurcation of equity share capital and retained earnings in the book value ratio, which is already mentioned there. Okay, very important. Even if you do this much, no, it is more than enough. You might tackle any goddamn question, whatever they want to ask, you can do anything. Okay, are you understanding this? वो कुछ भी पूछो तो वहाँ पे, if ये आपका concrete है, if this is concrete, you know what is going on. If this everything is there in your head, whatever we have written down, so I think it will be more than enough. I think you will be able to solve any question. Okay, now pay attention, please. Obviously, sum to solve करना है, but before that, I've already told you one thing. What? I want to discuss the dividend policy formula also. You know why? Because there are few questions where Gordon's is asked, Walter, even in cost of capital they're asking. So, उससे अच्छे dividend policy में क्या करेंगे? We'll revise the entire formulas. I'll tell you the same few pointers and then we'll immediately go to the sums where आपका मुझे जलवा दिखना चाहिए कैलसी के ऊपर. Okay, everybody on it. Sure. Now, everybody pay attention. Write there in your book. Write there in your book. Dividend policy also called as dividend decision. Okay, dividend policy also called as dividend decision. Also one more thing, in your cost of capital chapter, the questions which are coming, they'll ask you what? They'll ask you WACC, weighted average cost of capital. Achha, by the way, I will discuss one thing with you. Why weighted average cost of capital? Why not simple average? Because the amounts are different. Amount यहाँ पे नहीं table में ना, ये amounts are different है, and that is why we are not computing simple average. Even that might strike in your head. सर सब तो हो गया है, सिंपल क्यों निकाल नहीं रहे? नहीं हमने, हाँ सर ने हमको बोला था कि मैडम ने हमको बोला था कि वेटेड निकाला इसलिए वेटेड, so there's a reason for that because the amounts are different over there. If the amounts are different, that's why we are computing weighted average cost of capital. As simple as that. Okay, chalo. Dividend policy, ladies and gentlemen. Dividend policy. It's a very wonderful chapter, very small chapter. It's a very beautiful chapter, by the way. Lots of shortcut tricks and उनका स्कोप बहुत है इसमें गूगल पूछने का, और बहुत बार गूगल पूछा भी है. ऐसा गूगल डाला है ना कि तुमको खेलने को भी नहीं आएगा वो. Okay, I'll tell you also. I'll give. It's a past examination questions. Okay. And even the suggested answers are not matching. Okay, I'll tell you also why. Pehle we'll discuss everything and then I'll go on to that. Okay, dividend policy, sir. 1 minute. In cost of capital, they'll ask us what? They'll ask us the WACC, weighted average cost of capital. That's what they'll ask us. But what they'll ask in this, in dividend policy, so they'll ask you what is the price under this model. What is the price under this model? And the most beautiful question. Wait for 2 minutes. Wait for 2 minutes. सबसे पहले dividend policy. Ladies and gentlemen, number 1, M&M approach, Modi, Gilani and Miller. Second, your Walters approach. Walters approach. Pay attention, boss. Next is your Gordon's approach. Okay, Gordon's approach. Now there are other 2 methods also not relevant for your curriculum. There's this Linter's model also, there's Graham and Dole also, traditional approach, but I think we'll stick to these 3 methods. Okay, M&M, Walters, sorry, and Gordon's. Okay, now one by one, I'm telling you again, many people think अरे क्या easy chapter है ये, क्या 5-6 chapter है, क्या करना है इसमें, what इसमें करना क्या है अपने को सर, why are we even doing the revision of this? ये तो भाई सब सिर्फ देख के खत्म कर दूंगा चैप्टर, इतना इजी है नहीं. So I'll show you the question. If you think that is the way this chapter is to be dealt with, give me 2-3 minutes. I'll show you one question. Then we'll see what we can do. Okay. So first we stick to the formulas. Simple concept करेंगे पहले. So first these 2 Mahan people, M&M and Walter. So both had different theories. These are theories. Okay. These are approaches. So what was M&M theory? What was M&M ideology? That dividend is irrelevant. Dividend is irrelevant for wealth of shareholders. For wealth of shareholders. Okay, this is very important. Irrelevant. Okay, now Walter criticized M&M by obviously saying the opposite, that dividend is relevant for wealth of shareholders. Important. गवर्नेंस बाद में करेंगे. गवर्नेंस अपना भाई अकेला आदमी है, उसको बाद में अपन डील करेंगे. ये दोनों का झगड़ा चालू था, ठीक है, रेलेवेंट और इररेलेवेंट के बीच में. ओके, वो गवर्नेंस बीच में let him just be there only. So the point is, there's one question for which आपको दिमाग थोड़ा लगाना पड़ेगा. Okay, and that is if they're asking you the value of the firm. First of all, we'll see the formula. So in this, it is अपन M&M में P1 निकालते, by the way. P1 is equal to P0 KE plus 1 minus D1. And if you remember in the class when you were doing this, I have also shown you how do you come up to this formula. Okay, अभी नहीं दिखाने वाला, अभी अपन रिवीजन कर रहे हैं. But back of the mind में आपको वो नहीं पूछेंगे how do you derive this formula. But this is the formula for M&M. Okay, what is the formula for Walters? Walters का P0 is equal to D plus E minus D into IRR upon K whole divided by what? K. Okay, if somebody is doing for the first time, if somebody is doing this for the first time, which I hope not, okay, but if somebody is doing this पहली बार देख रहे हैं, so don't get very scared by looking at that formula. It's a very simple formula. The moment you start solving it down, you might find it very, very simple. Okay, D stands for dividend per share. अच्छा, वो भी वो भी लिखता हूँ, तुम्हारा दिमाग में मुझे पता है. ये D है ना, that D stands for dividend per share. E stands for earning per share. सर क्यों लिखा आपने? ये तो हमको पता है ऑलरेडी. इतना बेसिक चीजें क्यों लिख रहे हो? हम इंटर के बच्चे हैं, इसलिए लिख रहा हूँ मैं, ठीक है. That's the reason I'm writing that now. DPS, dividend per share. You know what happened? So in the examination, they give you full values. Yeah. For example, let us say dividend is 4 lakh rupees. So you know what a person, a student will do? एकदम फ्लो के चक्कर में क्या करेगा, 4 लाख रुपए लिख देगा. अरे formula, I know the formula, I'll write 4 lakh only. अरे no, it is per share. So you need to divide it by the number of shares. Then your answer will be right. These are very small things. But chances of going wrong is here ज़्यादा है. Don't write the entire value. What you need to write down is, you need to write down per share. You need to divide it by the number of shares, or for the matter, the number of equity shares, by the way. Okay. K stands for cost of equity. IRR stands for internal rate of return. ये आपको already पता है, ठीक है? Sure. Sir, we are done with this. Now what to do? Now pay attention, please. Number one. What are the types of question? वो भी मैं लिखता हूँ यहाँ पे. Okay, आप पूछेंगे. देखो. What is this? ऐसा straight नहीं आ रहा है. So what are the types of question you will expect in M&A? Okay, number one. We'll ask you compute. Compute the price and M&M. It's a baby question. बहुत easy है. यहाँ पे गलती का स्कोप ही नहीं है अगर आपको सिर्फ प्राइस पूछते हैं. थोड़ा सा आगे जाएंगे. We'll ask you compute number of shares to be issued. Number of shares to be issued. So what is this funda? So very simple. So the company wants you to do new investment. The company already has some income. तो आपको बोलेंगे कि बैलेंस अमाउंट के लिए कितने शेयर इशू कर रहे हैं. ओके, इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन एंड इजी आल्सो कंप्यूट. ओके, थर्ड क्वेश्चन. And because what is the point? What did M&M say? That dividend is irrelevant for the wealth of shareholders. So boss, institute will ask you that only. If M&M is telling like that, you tell how it is possible. Please proof. So the last question which will come is, and that is value of the firm under both the circumstance, dividend paid and dividend not paid. Then you tell me कि both the values are same or not. So you need to match. और भाई आपका आंसर वहां पे आपको समझ में आएगा कि अपन रॉन्ग जा रहे हैं कि वहां पे तुमने माती खाया है. क्यों? Because if the value of the firm is not same under both the circumstances, you are dead there only. So you need to match it. Match मतलब वो बैलेंस शीट का सस्पेंड अकाउंट आके मैच नहीं करने का. तो आपको समझना चाहिए यार बाबू कुछ तो गलती की हमने. ओके, सो दैट इज द ओनली फॉर्मूला व्हिच यू नीड टू रिवाइज. ओके, so what we'll do is, अच्छा, I'll write it now only. What? Simple. So the value of the firm is your original shares, that is N, plus your issued shares. This is abbreviated by like this, delta N. आपको दिख जाएगा मॉडल में delta N. Don't get panic. अरे what is this triangle? It is delta N. It is basically what? The number of shares to be issued. Okay, minus I plus E. Now what is I? I is the new investment. जो investment तुमको करना है. E is nothing but the net income जो तुमको तुम्हारे पास already है. Also by the way, ladies and gentlemen, one sec. Let me tell you. One sec. Where is my hand? This is my hand, right? एक मिनट थांबा. ये हाँ. The I is there, no. This is new investment, huh? Whatever you want to do. And this E is there, no. That is what the net income. They have already given it to you. But one sec. यहाँ पे माइनस है. माइनस का होना है. माइनस, ये माइनस है. ये भी माइनस होने वाला है आगे जाके. वो रिमेंबर, वो प्लस मत करो. सिंपल थिंग्स कंप्यूट करेंगे अपन. ओके, डिवाइडेड बाय 1 plus k. Okay, very important formula. We'll do this, solve it, I mean. Okay, so these are the question which they'll ask you in your what, in your M&M. इसके ऊपर कुछ है ही नहीं. There's nothing only to ask you in that. Okay, next, now in Walter they have a variety basically. Okay, because Walter did one more thing, and what is that? Optimum dividend payout. Optimum dividend payout ratio table. Optimum dividend ratio payout. And by the way, this is a standard table. It doesn't change. What is the meaning of dividend payout? That means out of earnings, how much I'm paying out. This is your dividend payout ratio. Okay. So, bhai sab, Walter has already set the standards very high by doing this. Okay. Now, what is this first? If IRR is greater than KE, what is the logic? Second, if IRR is less than KE, what is the logic? Okay, please pay attention. Please pay attention. Shreya, if you're watching, please do pay attention. Okay, if IRR is greater than KE, many people get confused over here. But I have told you a very shortcut trick. What do you mean by this? IRR is internal rate of return. Just for the formality of sake. अभी just करने के लिए, sorry, for the sake of formality, please 12%, 8%. 12% का मतलब क्या है? The company is trying to give you a rate of 12%. And if the company wants to declare you dividend, the company is telling, अरे बच्चा यहाँ पे आ, how much money do you want today? हमको डिविडेंड चाहिए. तो वो क्या पूछ रहे हैं आपको? अरे भाई मैं खुद आपको, if I put in my in investment only, I'll give you 12%. तुझे बाहर कितना मिल रहा है? 8% मिल रहा है. तुझे अभी भी डिविडेंड चाहिए क्या? तो फिर वो सामने बोलते हैं नहीं अभी नहीं चाहिए, आप आपके पास ही रख लो. Because the company is trying to give you how much? 12 internal rate of return. So in this case, the dividend payout ratio will be what? And 0%. Why will the company pay out dividend in this case? Because the company is only generating more rather than the outside. ये समझ लो. And this is the simplest way of me telling you this. Okay? सर उल्टा हो गया है. This is what? 10% और बाहर का कितना है? 15%. तो in this case the shareholder will expect full dividend. बोलेंगे यार कितना दे रहा तू? 10%. बाहर दे, बाहर 15% मिल रहा है. 100% will be the dividend payout ratio. Are you understanding this? Everybody give me a thumbs up if I've understood this. Everybody give me a thumbs up. Everybody. Fast. अरे ठाकुर जी कैसे हो? Everybody, जल्दी. Have you understood this table? Have you understood this table? अगर आपको टेबल समझ में आया है तो भैया लाइक का बटन ठोकना पड़ेगा. ठीक है? वो भी इमीडिएट इफेक्ट के साथ. फास्ट में करो, फास्ट में. Everybody. I hope everybody is active. Okay? आप चाय कॉफी पी सकते हो, सिर्फ चाय कॉफी पियो. Okay? And be very active. Be very active. Okay, throughout. That's why we have divided these series into couple of days. Okay, कोई एक ही shot नहीं मारना था अपने को पूरा का पूरा. Okay, that's why today 3 chapters. Tomorrow I think ratio and working capital is there. Very important. Okay, I hope everybody has got it. I hope everybody has got it. So Chitra Ambekar is telling, sir, please repeat it again because I was busy over here. I was eating something, so I couldn't focus on the concept. So yes, I'll tell it once again. Please pay attention. So Walter, what has Walter done? Walter has like made out a table. It is called as Walter's optimum dividend payout ratio table. Okay, now understand properly. So by the way, like, do they even ask this thing? Yes, they'll ask you to compare. Okay, so number one, understand if in the examination if they're asking you whether the given policy is optimal or not. जब भी optimal ये word use करते हैं ना, आपके पास दो चीज चाहिए रेडीमेड. IRR और की. IRR और की. Two things has to be there. This and this. Then only you will be in a position to tell that optimal है क्या नहीं. कैसे करेंगे? If IRR is 12%, KE is 8%, the optimal dividend payout ratio will be 0. How? Because the company is in a position to give you more than as compared to what? The out. That is why the shareholder will not expect, will not go and tell only anything. बोलेंगे भाई कोई बात नहीं है, आप आपके पास ही रखो. It doesn't matter because you are giving me more internal rate of return. That is where dividend payout ratio is 0. Second case में यहाँ पे in this बाहर ज्यादा मिल रहा है as compared to company. That is why the shareholder is expecting maximum dividend. What is maximum? 100% dividend. Tell me whether got it or not. Everybody done. Okay, this is done. Now that was basically Walter. Now we come down to अपना the most उदास व्यक्ति out of the entire lot, and that is Gordon's. अकेला वो अकेला. Gordon's approach is basically growth. It is called as Gordon's growth. So if you are revising cost of capital on the model also, you might come across this Gordon's growth in the first chapter itself only, because whenever growth comes, इसके fundamental use किए जाते हैं. Okay. So step number one in Gordon's is basically to compute growth. Okay, so G is equal to B into R. Growth is basically B into R, and B stands for what, boss? B stands for retention ratio. B stands for B. What is this? B stands for retention ratio. Okay, R stands for return on investment. Return on investment, very simple. Don't get confused sir, B कैसा शुरू हो गया वो retention ratio से. B म्हणजे bat नहीं, वो bat नहीं है भाई, वो retention ratio है. Okay, it's very important over there. Okay, return on investment. Okay, return on capital employed investment. Okay, कभी कभी you can use IRR also over there in case of R. And next your step number 2 will be to what, to compute price. Okay, because your main goal, your main aim under dividend policy chapter is to compute price only. Price P, and this is the same formula which you have already done for the key. D1 upon Ke minus G. D1 upon Ke minus G. Simple. ये आपका गवर्नेंस हो गया. गवर्नेंस बहुत सिंपल है भाई, इतना कुछ ये नहीं है. ओके, वो जो क्वेश्चंस पूछे ना वो इतने इतने नहीं है, वो बाउंसर पूछे. ठीक है. नाउ दीज आर द थ्री डिविडेंड पॉलिसी अप्रोचेस व्हिच आर देयर. नाउ प्लीज पे अटेंशन एवरीबॉडी, प्लीज पे अटेंशन. This is done. I think we have done all the three approaches. Now we will go on to the sums. Okay, leverage we'll do afterwards. I've told you leverage is completely separate. Okay, don't mix also with these two chapters. Now chalo, जबरदस्त sums है. Now start में कुछ करेंगे. We'll do something. I'll check also whether you are able to do it. And these are all BAP questions. I'm not taking very small questions, huh? Like please compute G, please compute K. ऐसा क्वेश्चन लिया नहीं मैंने यहाँ पे. So I've taken something which is basically थोड़ा सा दिमाग. ठीक है. Sure. Can we start, everybody, ladies and gentlemen? Have a sip of water, and then we'll start in a minute. Pay attention, everybody. Okay, good. Now we are going on to the sum part. Okay. cmainter public, pay attention full. Huh? मॉडल क्वेश्चन पेपर दिसंबर 24. अरे सर दिसंबर 24 तो अपना अटेम्प्ट है ना, उसका ही मॉडल क्वेश्चन पेपर है. ठीक है. सो अगर आपको पता नहीं है आपके तो मॉडल क्वेश्चन बाहर है तो प्लीज गो एंड चेक इट ऑन द साइट, इट्स ऑलरेडी देयर. ओके, सो मॉडल क्वेश्चन पेपर दिसंबर 24, 7 मार्क्स का क्वेश्चन है. लेट मी रीड आउट टू यू एंड लाइक यू थिंक ओके कि सर व्हाट माइट, ऐसा अगर आता है तो आप क्या कैसे कैसे हैंडल करोगे वो. बैंक बासी लिमिटेड, Banga Basel, how do you pronounce, God knows, belongs to a risk class for which the appropriate capitalization rate is 10%. So whenever they'll tell you capitalization rate, इसका मतलब है कि this is basically your what? This is basically what K. Okay. It currently has outstanding 2000 equity shares of 100 each. Okay. मतलब 2000 शेयर है अभी उसके पास. The firm is contemplating the declaration of dividend of rupees 8 per share. Okay. It expects at the end of the current year. What is the contemplating? Well, the thinking D0 D1 side, it's D1. It expects to have net earnings of 20,000. Okay, sir. And has a proposal for making new investment of 24,000. No problem. Examine and show that under M&M, that is Modi, Gilani and Miller, the payment of dividend does not affect the value of the firm. Beautiful question. Beautiful. 7 marks question. And in this, they will test your entire knowledge about M&M. Okay. Now, pay attention, please. I want, like, we'll solve this question, but I want you to put the first gear. How? So take in your book, please write down the essentials of this. What do you write? KE is 10%. Next, they've also given you 2000 equity shares. They've also given you P0, 100 rupees over here. They've also given you dividend per share 8 rupees निकाल के दिया पूरा उन लोगों ने. उनके पास खुद पैसा कितना है? What is the net earnings? Is 20,000. And they want to go for new investment and it's 24,000 rupees. Okay. So they're telling you, please tell us the value of the firm is not affected. Why they're telling you this? Because Modi, Gilani and Miller, that's what we have done, right? Because the theory क्या बोलता है उसका? It is irrelevant for the wealth of shareholder. That is what we need to prove it right now. I think I gave you the formula also in the sheet, or N wala formula. But before we jump there, two simple things. Do it on your calculator and show me the answer fast. Comment में आंसर चाहिए. चलो जल्दी. I want to see पहले कौन कर रहा है. First who is doing this. क्या करना है वो तो बोलो. You need to compute the price under M&M under both dividend paid, dividend not paid. Fast. आंसर यहाँ पे नीचे लिखा है, but we'll solve it now only. Okay. If dividend paid and if dividend not paid. if dividend paid, and if dividend not paid. Okay, if your dividend is paid, sir, what is the formula? For very simple, P1, P0, K plus 1 minus D1. वही तो लिखा अभी अपने ऊपर फॉर्मूला के शीट में. P0 already given ना 100 rupees. What is the K? I've already told you 10%. So ये कैसे होगा? 0.10 plus 1 minus 8. Can you please tell me what is the answer which is coming in your book? और whether अपना भी मैच हो रहा है क्या? 0.10 plus 1 into 100 minus 8. Everybody is getting 102. Everybody getting 102. Everybody getting 102. And if dividend is not paid, if dividend is not paid, I want the answer fast. Don't wait for me to do it. P1 is equal to P0 KE plus 1 minus D1. 100.10 plus 1 minus 0. Can we show what is the answer? Everybody, 0.10 plus 1. Is it 110? Everybody, 110. I want everybody to answer fast. I want everybody to answer very fast. Everybody fast on your screen. Have you got these both answers? Have you got these both answers? 102 and 110. Dividend paid and dividend not paid. Because the moment you have got this, then we will go ahead. Then we will go ahead. Everybody? Yes, no? Have you got the prices of dividend paid 102 and dividend not paid 110? कंफर्म करेंगे एक बार. Good. Now the point is, pay attention. The point is, so this is okay, this is done, very simple. The next steps are very important. Now they have clearly mentioned over here the payment of dividend. So what we will do is we'll go on a very sequence manner. This is the first step what we have done. This is your step number 1 where we have computed the prices. Now in step number 2, we need to compute the number of shares to be issued. 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 Now pay attention please. Number of shares to be issued का मतलब क्या होता है कि उनको कितना इन्वेस्टमेंट करना था. So 24,000 was the new investment which they wanted to do. Okay. And how much is the money which they have right now? It is 20,000. So can you please tell me if dividend is paid, how much number of shares need to be issued? I'll wait for 1 minute. I'll ask the question again. If dividend is to be paid and if 24,000 they want, 20,000 they already have, how much are the number of new shares to be issued? We have done this couple of times. बहुत बार किया अपन ने ये. तो आप कोशिश करेंगे please. Can you please do it? Everybody, can you please do it? Everybody, can you please do it? So it's very simple. So for the number of shares to be issued, what we will do is the balance. So see, 24,000 was the money to be raised. So जेब में आपने को 20,000 है, but is it really 20,000? No sir, because dividend needs to be paid and dividend 8 rupees per share into 2,000 shares है. So कितना हो गया? 2,000 into 8, 16,000 rupees is already gone from your pocket. So ये जो 20,000 है 20,000, वो actually 20,000 नहीं है. Out of this, already 16,000 is going to go. कितना बाकी है? Only 4,000 rupees is बाकी. So out of 24,000, only 4,000 you have. This is the balance amount, that is 20,000 which you need to take it from the public by issuing how many number of shares. So what simple है. So rupees 20,000 divided by कितना था ऊपर का value? how much is the value? 102. So this will be your answer. This will be your answer. Tell me how much is it? So approx is it 196 approx. Everybody getting this answer, yes or no? Please confirm. Everybody getting this answer, 196 number of shares approx. Okay. And same thing, you need to do it for the other also. You need to do it for other also. Please start to do it. Please do it. चलो everybody pay attention. सर यहाँ पे 24,000 माइनस कितना होगा? Directly 20,000 होगा because there is no dividend paid over there. Okay, so 4,000 will be the amount to the balance. Okay, so rupees 4,000 divided by how much is the per share? Rupees 110, and you tell me how much will be the answer. 4,000 divided by 110. So this will be 36 number of shares. Everybody getting this? Yes or no? Everybody getting this? Number of shares to be issued. Okay. The point is they have not asked you only number of shares to be issued. They have asked you what is the value of the firm and whether it is getting affected. Boys and girls, the answer to this question, you can cross check it there itself only. But what one thing you need to do is what? I'm doing one thing, pay attention. Step number 3. Step number 3. Value of the firm. Value of the firm. If this formula is not there in your book, please do write it down. Huh? Value of the firm. Value of the firm. Okay, chalo. For that, for the value, so value is equal to first the original number of shares, what is there, next the issued shares, the issued number of shares into P1. I think I forgot to mention this P1 in the formula. I think one sec. Into P1, where it is yeah, into P1 minus this, coming back to this, because see what we have to do is नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स है, ओरिजिनल कितना था 2000, इश्यूड आपने निकाला इनटू P1 जो भी प्राइस रहेगा माइनस आई प्लस ई होल डिवाइडेड बाय 1 plus k. Just put in the figures and tell me what is the answer. Okay, you will do it for both the columns, both dividend paid, dividend not paid. If n is there, n was how much original, so it was 2000. Okay, plus 196 was the approx shares into P1 is how much? A dividend paid. So I think it is rupees 102 minus how much was the investment? 24,000, and this was 20,000 whole divided by 1 plus k, that is 0.0. Can you please tell me what is the answer to this? What is the answer to this? Everybody fast. What is the answer to this? I'll do it. This is 223,992 minus divided by 1.10, and you'll get an approx answer of how much? 223,992 minus 4,000 divided by 1.10. Approx you will be getting how much? 2 lakhs. 223,992 minus 4,000 divided by 1.1. So the answer will be 2 lakhs. Approx it's 2 lakh, 19993 coming. So have you got this answer? Yes or no? Has everybody got 2 lakhs in their book? Give me a thumbs up, then we'll go forward. And also one more thing. Same thing you need to do it for but that side also. And even that answer will come 2 lakhs, then only your answer will match. Sure. Has everybody got this? Yes or no? Has everybody got this? Please. Next. Now we'll do it for what? If dividend is not paid. Sure. Pay attention, everybody. Start. So same thing we have to do over here. Same thing. 2,000 plus how much were the shares over there? So 36 into how much was the price under dividend not paid? So I think it is 110. So I'll write here 110. Okay, minus same thing 24,000 plus 20,000 whole divided by 1 plus 0.10. So start solving this, and I hope the answer will be what? Same. 2,000 plus 36 into 110. This comes to 223,960 minus 4,000 divided by 1.1. Okay, your answer will come approx how much? Approx it will come 2 lakhs. 0.10 approx, because number of shares we have taken it fully. So this is the value which will going to come. Okay, everybody, please cross check this. Please cross check this. It won't come directly here because number of shares, we have not taken the entire number. We have rounded it off. It was 196.0 something. It was 36 point something. So that if you take, these two figures will match. These two figures will match, 2 lakhs and 2 lakhs. So this is nothing but what? This we have shown the examiner that the value of firm under M&M approach remains the same, irrespective of dividend paid or not paid. This is the question which will come for your examination for 7 marks. Okay, so in this they'll test your three knowledge: price, number of shares to be issued, and the value of the firm. Everybody getting this, yes or no? Has everybody got it? Please give me yes or no. Please do the calculation fast. अपने को sums और भी करने हैं. Yes or no? Has everybody got this? Has everybody got this? Sure. After this, so this is your module question. This is your module answer. Sorry, this is your module answer. We'll find the same thing over here. We have done it in our own way. So this is one thing, and here is the total value of the firm, and that is 2 lakhs, which is completely matching with your answer. It's completely matching with your own answer. Done. Chalo. Can we go ahead, please? Can we go ahead? Everybody, yes or no? Very good. Very good. Very good. Chalo. Now, second important trick, second important googly question. Okay, now remember one thing, we have done three formulas: Motilal Miller, Walters, and your Gordon's. And what one thing we did right now was, sir, prices nikale humne, number of shares to be issued at the value of the firm. Important point to be noted is that in value of the firm there's that new formula, but this is one of a kind question, very important. There's a new formula to this. Please pay attention. Value of each firm and value of each equity share. Very, very important. This is your model question paper, June 23 question, and it was the most beautiful question. Okay, I just started. If you've not done this question, you might be in a very panic situation in the examination. Okay, so please listen to me. So the following data, compute the value of each firm and value of each equity share. So they're asking you two sub questions. आपको firm का भी निकालना value और equity share का. Okay sir, निकालेंगे. EBIT given, earnings before income and tax, interest and tax. See, remember one thing, you have to do according to M&M. So earnings before interest and tax given, number of shares given, 12% debentures given. Every firm is expecting 12% return on investment. It's a 7 marks question. Okay, I think you have done this in the exam or this classes, but please try to do it if you can do it on your own right now. It's a very, very important question. It's a very, very important question because there's one small formula to this. I hope you remember that formula. So please write down, this is the formula. Value of firm is EBIT upon your KE. Upon your KE. Okay, the point is, K is not over here. You can do one thing and take overall cost of capital. Okay, so do one thing, please. एक table बनाएंगे. उस table में what you can do is, EBIT is already mentioned here, 13 lakh rupees, and there's also the rate over here, that is your KO. This is your KO. Okay, 12% return on investment. First of all, you need to compute the value. There are two sub questions in this. One is value of each firm and the other is value of equity share. So सबसे पहले आपको value of each firm निकालना पड़ेगा. कैसे निकालेंगे value of each firm? So बहुत simple है. So I'll do it here only. What? मैं यहाँ पे कर लूँ क्या? Value of firm. I'll write it here only. Value of firm. Okay. How? Sir, EBIT already given. 13 lakhs divided by 12%. कितना आता है? So it is 10 lakhs 83,333. I hope it's right. It is 1 crore 8 lakh 33,333. Okay. Next, same यहाँ पे वही आएगा. Same 10833333 और यहाँ पे वही आएगा 108333 and 3. Okay, so this is the value. But see what they're asking you, value of equity share also. तो ये कैसे निकालेंगे हम? बहुत सिंपल है. सबसे पहले see, pay attention, this is what, this is the value of the entire firm. Value of the firm is divided into two parts, equity and debt. I'll repeat myself again. Value is divided into two parts. इसमें debt भी होता है and there is equity portion also. We need the value of equity share. So what we'll do, we have to take out the balance of equity in that. सबसे पहले यहाँ पे उन लोगों ने आपको डिबेंचर्स दिए, इसका मतलब क्या है, वो डेट का वैल्यू. तो अब इसमें से क्या करेंगे सर, इसमें से पहले डेट को साइड में डालेंगे और जो बाकी है वो आपका इक्विटी है. बट इन द फर्स्ट कॉलम देयर इज नो डेट ओनली. दिस मींस द एंटायर वैल्यू इज व्हाट, entire value is what, equity. So this is what you're supposed to do. Value of the firm, debt is nothing in the first thing, so your entire value is what, equity. How much number of equity shares यहाँ पे दिया है इन लोगों ने, number of equity shares 3 lakh, 2 lakh 50 and 2 lakh. Just divided by that, you will get the number of equity share. You will get number of equity shares. Okay, see price. So 108333 divided by this. But in the second column, they have given you how much debt का portion दिया है. इसका ये मतलब है out of this debt is how much? Debt is 9 lakh and the balance amount is equity. Balance amount of equity divided by number of equity share, you will get this value 39.73. That is the value of each equity share. Same thing applies to last column. Sir, this was our answer. 10833333, 1 crore 8,33,333. Out of that the debt portion is how much? Debt कितना दिया यहाँ पे इन लोगों को? 10 लाख. इसमें से अगर माइनस करने के बाद इतना आपका इक्विटी पोर्शन है 98,33,333 एंड दैट विल बी डिवाइडेड बाय नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स और आपको ये वाला आंसर मिल जाएगा. दैट इज वैल्यू ऑफ ईच इक्विटी शेयर. आर यू अंडरस्टैंडिंग दिस? दिस इज अ वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन. अगर वापस बोलता हूँ, डिविडेंड पॉलिसी का ये क्वेश्चन है, तो एक तो वैल्यू ऑफ फर्म हो गया, सेकंड इज दिस दे विल आस्क यू दिस क्वेश्चन 7 मार्क्स. एंड सी रिमेंबर, वैल्यू ऑफ ईच फर्म एंड वैल्यू ऑफ ईच इक्विटी शेयर. व्हाट हैपेंस इज, अब सॉल्व करते करते आपको यही समझ में आता है कि करना क्या है भाई. इसमें दो सब क्वेश्चंस है. सबसे पहले वैल्यू ऑफ फर्म निकालना है अंडर एमएनएम. सो हाउ विल यू डू दिस अप्रोच इज डिफरेंट. EBIT अपॉन ओवरऑल कॉस्ट ऑफ कैपिटल जो दिया यहाँ पे इन लोगों ने. ओके, तो खत्म हो गया एक लाइन. फिर ये क्या निकाला अपन ने, टोटल वैल्यू एंड योर टोटल वैल्यू is made up of two parts, debt and equity. And these guys are asking you equity per share ka calculation. Are you understanding this? So for that we need the value of equity, right? Then we'll divide by number of equity share. Everybody done with this? Very very important. चलो, now आपका ध्यान मुझे इतना चाहिए. Everybody, two questions we have done, very important questions. Okay, can we go ahead please everybody? December 24 examinations. This is a examination question, not the model one, but it is a wonderful question. Okay, can we start doing this everybody? Pay attention. Excel Limited has 1 lakh outstanding shares of rupees 10 each. Okay, the company earns a rate of 24% on its investments and retains 50% of earning as a policy. आगे जाओगे मत, don't read. Okay, up till now whatever it is there, please write down in a book whatever you feel necessary. So okay, so what we feel is necessary is 1 lakh shares these guys have. The face value is how much? Rupees 10. Okay, the company is earning 24% of its investments on its investments and the retention policy is 50%. Can I tell you, ask you one thing? If the retention policy is 50%, what is the other 50%? And the other 50% is dividend payout policy. Simple. Next, if the cost of capital is 18%, okay, calculate the price of the share according to Gordon's model. Company has investment of around 10 lakh in assets. If payout ratio changes to 10%, and how the share price will change. क्या भारी क्वेश्चन पूछा है. And infer the optimal dividend policy for Excel. वो अपन बाद में करेंगे, ठीक है? That will do afterwards. First, सबसे important, very important. We need to compute the price under Gordon's. I've just told you one thing. यहाँ पे आंसर भी है, but we'll do it on our own. Okay. Now tell me one thing. What is step number 1? What is step number 1? Write it here. Step number 1 will be what? computation of growth, and you only tell me G is equal to what? B into R. Okay. So tell me one thing. What is B? Sir, B is very simple. If retention they have given directly 50%, so I'll write here what? 0.50. 0.50 into R is how much? How much return? They have also given 24%. 24. Okay. So I'll write it over here 0.24. Can you please tell me what is the answer? 0.50 into 0.24. You will get how much? 12% as your growth. Everybody getting 12% as a growth? 12% as your growth. Everybody getting 12% as a growth? Very simple, very simple. Okay, sir, we've got this. Now, step number two. Step number two. Now, see here. What is step number two? Step number two. Compute the price under Gordon's. Compute the price under Gordon's. Now, the first thing is the formula. So, P is equal to D1 upon KE minus G. Sir, I think we have the growth is already computed. We have the KE also. I think they've given KE over here 18%. But what about the dividend? Now I'll wait for 1 minute. I'll wait for 1 or 2 minutes. Can anybody tell me कि dividend कितना है? I'll wait for 1 minute. How much is the dividend? Anybody, whoever is there and whoever is really solving, compute dividend in this and give it to me. It's a very simple thing. And I want somebody to compute dividend. Anybody, come on. Compute dividend and give it to me. Because see, in the entire formula, KE already we have. I can write this also here. ये तो अपने पास already है. KE कितना दिया उन लोगों ने? KE is given how much? 18%. 18. तो 0.18 minus 0.112 growth. D कितना है वो आपको मुझे बताना है. Okay, very simple. So anybody who can do it? I'll solve it, but I hope you, like, I want you to do it. Okay. और अब आंसर भी मत देखो, इंस्टीट्यूट है वो दिया ही नहीं है. They have not given the step wise. What do you say that? They have directly given you the value over there. Okay, and we'll cross check it whether अपना match हो रहा है. Okay. चलो, anybody who's there who can actually solve and give it to me? अच्छा, 5 is the answer which is coming. 5 is the answer which is coming. Okay. The first thing what you need to do is, sir, if retention is 50%, this means the payout policy is 50%. Okay, done. अच्छा, payout policy is on what यार? So payout policy is on earnings. Earnings पे अपन क्या करते हैं? कभी भी dividend declare करते हैं. तो भाई साहब earnings कहाँ पे है? एक बार वापस I'll tell what is the problem in this question. Sir, 50% is the dividend payout ratio. Does everybody agree with this? Sir, yes, दिखा है. अगर retention 50 है, this means dividend payout is 50% only. And if 50%, if I want to compute the dividend, I will have to compute this on what? Earnings. Earnings into dividend payout ratio will give me dividend. No. But where is the earning? So for that, there's one simple. This they have given. क्या लिखा है यहाँ पे भाई साहब? अर्न्स लिखा है. अर्न्स का मतलब क्या होता है? अर्निंग का बात करें. कितना कमा रहे हैं लोग? 24% कमा रहे. किसके ऊपर? इन्वेस्टमेंट्स के ऊपर. एंड लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, इन्वेस्टमेंट्स कितना दिया यहाँ पे? 10 लाख रुपए दिया है. कुछ दिमाग चल रहा है आपका? तो आप पहले क्या करेंगे पता है क्या? 10 lakhs into 24% you will do. 10 lakhs into 24%. 10 lakhs into 24%. कितना आता है ये? रुपीज 2,40,000. 2,40,000. Very simple. Okay, sir. Now these are my total earnings. Will I use it directly? इसके ऊपर directly मैं compute करूँगा 50%? नहीं sir. इसके ऊपर आपने को पहले क्या निकालना है? कितने shares है? 1 lakh shares है. So what I'll do? EPS is equal to 2,40,000 divided by 1 lakh equity shares. So divided by 1 lakh कितना आता है ये? Sir, this comes to 2.4. 2.4 rupees is come. हाँ, this is my EPS. अभी मुझे क्या करना है? डिविडेंड निकालना है. बहुत सिंपल है. So what I'll do is very simple. So see, remember one thing. EPS, this I've already told you in the class also. EPS into dividend payout ratio. डिविडेंड पे आउट रेशियो, मतलब अपन क्या कर रहे हैं, ईपीएस में से डिविडेंड पे आउट रेशियो कर रहे हैं. दिस विल गिव मी व्हाट, डिविडेंड. दिस विल गिव मी व्हाट, डिविडेंड. वेरी सिंपल. ईपीएस कितना निकाला भाई साहब अपन ने, 2.4 इंटू डिविडेंड पे आउट रेशियो कितना है, 50%. कितना आंसर आएगा सर 1.2 आएगा. 1.2 will be your dividend. 1.2 will be your dividend. Everybody okay with this? Has everybody understood this? And this will go over here 1.2. आपका आंसर एकदम मैच हो जाएगा आपके इंस्टीट्यूट के आंसर के साथ. That is rupees 20. The part is what institute has not done step wise this. उन्होंने सिर्फ यहाँ पे आंसर्स दिए. देखो, this is your answer. As per Gordon's model, value per share is 20, which we have computed. I hope everybody has got it. Yes or no? जल्दी बोलेंगे आप, आपका आंसर हुआ है क्या? Yes or no? Rupees 20. Has everybody got it? What we have done? Has everybody got it? What we have done? Has everybody got rupees 20? Has everybody got rupees 20? ये आपको आया क्या? This is what you need to do. Rupees 20. Give me a heads up so that we can go ahead. Okay? Give me a heads up so that we can go ahead. So first what we did, first according to question के हिसाब से गए अपन. See, I needed to compute the dividend. So what I did in the reverse thing, कैसे किया? सबसे पहले what we did is what, sir, we understood one thing कि पहले earnings निकालना पड़ेगा question में से. Because unless until earnings is not there, अपन dividend निकाल नहीं सकते भाई. So for the earnings, I saw one word in the entire question, that is which I've marked over there, earns. अभी 24% on what? On the investments. और investments कितने आपके? वो भी दिए उन लोगों ने 10 lakh rupees. So 10 lakh into 24%, that's a total earnings. But we need earnings per share. So what we need to do? Total earnings divided by total number of shares अपने को करना पड़ेगा. उसके बाद you will multiply it by the ratio. समझ में आया क्या? सिंपल है, ठीक है. This you can do it in your homework also. If the payout ratio changes to 10% or 90%, अच्छा, I'll only do it. I'll only do this. ये भी कर लेता हूँ मैं. एक होमवर्क करो, ये एक अभी करते हैं 10% वाला. तो उसी क्वेश्चन में क्या बोला उन लोगों ने कि ठीक है, no problem. Now the payout ratio is how much? 50%. Now we are changing the question. Now what we are telling? Now it has changed to how much? 10%. Now please, everybody, please stay calm and listen. If the payout ratio has changed to 10%, what is the meaning of this? And you only tell me if the payout ratio has changed to 10%, अरे what all, कहाँ impact आने वाला है, कहाँ impact आने वाला है, you only tell me. Sir, एक मिनट, we are trying to do something. हमारा mind process कर रहा है, रुको. The question you have asked us is, if the payout ratio has changed to 10%, what all impact will take place? अरे भैया, सबसे पहले G change होगा आपका, ग्रोथ चेंज होगा सबसे पहले. व्हाई? बिकॉज़ रिमेंबर, ग्रोथ का फॉर्मूला क्या है? रिटेंशन रेशियो इनटू आर, राइट? सो इफ द पे आउट रेशियो इज चेंज, आई राइट इट ओवर हियर ओनली, पे अटेंशन. if payout, if payout ratio is 10%, भाई साहब, retention ratio will be how much? 90%. Very simple. Now you tell me, can you please recompute the price and give it to me? I'll wait for 2 minutes. If this is the situation, if retention payout ratio is 10%, retention is 90%, सबसे पहले G आपका चेंज होगा. G क्या होगा? तो G will be B into R. B into R. What is B? 0.90. 0.90. And what was R? R कितना था भाई साहब? 24%. चलो, tell me. $21.6% is your growth. Yes or no? 21.6% must be your new growth. Huh? Acha. Now this growth is there. Now you need to do what? Compute the price again. Anybody you can do this. Sir, we'll do it here only. Sir. D1 upon KE minus G. Now the denominator is 0.18 minus 0.216. 120% का आंसर नेगेटिव आने वाला है. Why? Because the cost of equity is 18 and that is what? The G is what? 21.6. Now you tell me one thing. Will it have any impact on the earnings, the dividend part? Sir, obviously. Now 2.4 was the earnings. ये change होने वाला है सर, ये change थोड़ी होगा यार, तो वही रहेगा, 2.4 will remain same. But 2.4 into what? What is the new payout ratio? It is 10%. So 2.4 into 10%, how much? 0.24. 0.24. And what is the answer, public? 0.036. It is minus 6.67. I hope your institute has got the same answer. I'll just cross check it one second. कहाँ पे गया वो answer? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, आपका आंसर राइट है. It is 6.67. वो भी कैसा है, नेगेटिव दिख रहा है आपको आपके स्क्रीन के ऊपर. ये आपके इंस्टीट्यूट का आंसर है. इंस्टीट्यूट हैज नॉट गिवन द स्टेप वाइज स्टेप्स नहीं दिया है, ये अपन सॉल्व कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे, ठीक है. दैट इज व्हाई these answers, see 6.67 will be negative. I hope you have got negative 6.67. Has anybody problem in this? Anybody who has problem in this? Anybody who has problem in this? What the first thing we did? It's very simple. Same sequence it is. Same sequence it is. Minus 6.67. Has everybody got yes or no? Has everybody got yes or no? If it is a yes, I'll go ahead. If it's a yes, I'll go ahead. Everybody, first, क्या आपका ये आंसर आ गया है? Minus 6.67. There's one more thing which I think you can do it. So they've asked you one more question over here. अगर 90% होता है, if it is 90%, then what is the situation? You can do it on your own, okay? Now the payout ratio 90% is same thing gonna happen again. What? Sir, growth change होने वाला है, and again मुझे dividend वापस recompute करना पड़ेगा, because if it is 90% my payout ratio, what will be my retention ratio? 10%, obviously. Getting it? Simple. Sure. Okay. I hope you are getting this. Array. One of my most this is the most trickiest sum which you might come across. If anybody is there, please pay attention. Please pay attention. Full. सब कुछ साइड में रखो. It's a very important. ये आपको आया था जून 2023 में. June 23 CMA inter exam question is there, and it was the most like trickiest question. Okay, can we solve it? It might look very simple, but when you start to solve it, you will understand यार इसमें बहुत चीजें missing है. Okay, चलो everybody, can I start to read? सगळ्यात पहिला equity share capital आपको दिया है 100 lakhs. Everyone pay attention ना please. Everybody. 12% preference share capital 50 lakhs. Okay. 10% debentures 50 lakhs. Okay. Return on capital employed 18.75%. Okay. Total dividend, including dividend on preference shares, 18 lakhs. Okay, we'll see what to do. Theoretical market price of an equity share under Gordon's is how much? This. ये आपको actually भाई साहब P0 दिया. This is your P0. I'm telling you again, there is no solved answers to this. Direct answers दिए. So please try to pay attention and try to solve it. Okay, you get confidence also, because the moment you see suggestion answers, there's nothing over there, and few of the suggestion answers are already wrong. I'll tell you in 1 minute only. Okay, so pay attention. They have given tax rate. Sir, tax rate का क्या करने के आपने को? What will you do for tax rate? Market price of an equity share beginning of the year was 100. Okay. So now determine the theoretical market price of equity share under Walters and under M&M. Are you satisfied with the current dividend policy of the company? If not, what should be the optimum payout ratio? For that, we need to compare IRR and KE. Okay, but वो बाद में भाई साहब 4 मार्क का क्वेश्चन पूछा है, बट वो तुमको काम पे लगाएगा, और ऐसा काम पे लगाएगा ना. नाउ सी यू थिंक फॉर 2 मिनट्स. अब शांति से 2 मिनट इस क्वेश्चन को देखो एंड ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड कि भाई शुरू कहां से करें हम लोग. अच्छा 1 मिनट. सबसे पहले वॉल्टर पूछा इन लोगों ने. अच्छा वॉल्टर का फॉर्मूला क्या है भाई साहब? डी प्लस ई माइनस डी इंटू आई आर आर अपॉन के होल डिवाइड बाय के. ओके. Now you only try to figure it out. Write down the formula in a book, and I'll wait. I'll keep the screen like this only, and please solve it. I'll wait for 1 or 2 minutes. I'll wait. I'll repeat myself again. The question is there on the screen. I want you to solve the Walter formula. Write it down in your book, and the everything is there in front of you. And try to put the figures in that. देखो, how many of you are actually getting it? How many of you are actually getting it? I'll wait. It's a very good question. And these, like, they can repeat this question again also. Same question. This is P0 actually. ये 100 T0 है, and this they have given you for no for what? For M&M they have given you. Well, in M&M we compute P1. This P1 P0, but that is afterwards. पहले आपने को Volter करना है. Anybody can do it? Anybody? Or can I start to solve this? Start करना शुरू करो. By the way, if you see the suggested answers, you will find nothing. Directly आपने answers लिखे, but I'm not satisfied with the answer, but it's wrong. The paragraph is right, but the answer is completely wrong. Okay, चलो. Can we solve this one by one, everybody? चलो. Pay attention, please. This is a very important question. चलो. June 23 examination. Number one. Sir, एक मिनट. आराम से करेंगे. Return on capital employed. That's the first thing आपको वो देखना है. How much is it? 18.75%. The first three parameters है ना, first three parameters. कौन से वाले? First three parameters. Sir, equity share capital, preference share capital, and 10% debenture. Can I call this as my capital employed? Sir, absolutely yes. These three, ये तीनों का टोटल है ना, 100 plus 50 plus 50, वो मेरा एक्चुअल में कैपिटल एम्प्लॉयड है. कितना होगा भाई साहब? ये कितना होगा 200 lakhs. Okay, capital employed. Can I say one thing? Can I compute EBIT over here? EBIT कैसे निकालते हैं अपन? कैपिटल एम्प्लॉयड इनटू कितना है वो? रिटर्न इनटू रिटर्न 200 lakhs into how much? 18.75%. 18.75%. Okay, कितना आता है चेक करेंगे एक बार. 200 into 18.75%. It will come down to 37.5 lakhs. Please pay attention. It's a very good question. This is my first step which I did in this question, because जैसे सीक्वेंस में लिखा था उन लोगों ने रिटर्न ऑन कैपिटल एम्प्लॉयड, then that's what I did. कैपिटल एम्प्लॉयड ऊपर ही था, प्लस कर दिया, रिटर्न निकाल दिया मैंने, EBIT निकाला. ओके सर. नाउ कैन आई से वन थिंग? मुझे वॉल्टर मॉडल में डालना है सब कुछ, राइट? तो फिगर. सो व्हाट आई डू इज, एक कोने में मैं ये लिखता हूँ Walter's formula. So that you will understand also. That's the best part. Whenever they're asking you something, you write down the formula first. You will understand कि हाँ बाबा ये निकालना है मुझे इसमें. तो इसका फॉर्मूला P0 is equal to dividend per share E minus D into IRR upon KE whole divided by KE. This is the formula. अभी सिर्फ फिगर्स डालना है, पर कैसे वो सुनो अभी. सबसे पहले EBIT निकाला मैंने, बिकॉज इफ यू सी द क्वेश्चन आपको कुछ नहीं मिलेगा उसमें. तो तुमको डिविडेंड टोटल अमाउंट दिया है, अर्निंग्स भी नहीं दिया है कुछ पर शेयर, एंड इट्स ऑल पर शेयर. ओके, IRR ओके दिया है सामने, KE भी दिया नहीं, KE भी निकालना पड़ेगा. दैट इज द ब्यूटी ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन. आई एम टेलिंग यू अगेन, प्लीज कीप दिस क्वेश्चन ऑन द टॉप प्रायोरिटी. ओके, बाकी सब क्वेश्चन तुम सॉल्व कर पाओगे, इजी है, बट ये वाला नहीं है, ये वाला आपको सोचना पड़ेगा. ये हो गया, फर्स्ट स्टेप हो गया मेरा. चलो ओके, अभी सेकंड सुनो, मैं क्या करूंगा अभी. EBIT पे अटेंशन ना, माइनस इंटरेस्ट. ये क्या आता है भाई साहब मुझे बताओ? ये आता है EBT, राइट? इसमें से मैं क्या माइनस करता हूँ? टैक्स. दैट्स द रीजन दे हैव गिवन यू टैक्स, जस्ट फॉर योर इंफॉर्मेशन. और लास्ट में क्या आता है? EAT. ओके, EBIT कितना है मेरा? इट इज 37,50,000. इंटरेस्ट कितना है सर? दिया इन लोगों ने यहाँ पे, देखो यहाँ पे दिया है 10% डिबेंचर्स देयर, 50 lakhs अपॉन इंटू 10% कितना आता है? 5 लाख. करो माइनस इसमें से, माइनस 5 lakhs. ओके, कितना बाकी है? 3750 माइनस 5 lakhs, 32,50,000. ओके, माइनस टैक्स कितना दिया देखो, चेक करेंगे एक बार. तो टैक्स इज 20%, नो प्रॉब्लम, विल डू इट. टैक्स इज हाउ मच? 20%. टैक्स इज 20% इंटू 20%, कितना आता है ये? 6.5 लाख रुपए आता है. क्या माइनस मैंने? 6,50,000. 32,50,000 माइनस 6 लाख और 32,50,000 माइनस 6 लाख, कितना आता है ये? 26 लाख रुपीज आता है. चेक करेंगे एक बार, 26 lakhs rupees आ गया. अच्छा, now can you tell me one more thing? Pay attention. यहाँ पे आपको टोटल डिविडेंड दिया है. व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ टोटल डिविडेंड? इक्विटी को भी डिविडेंड दिया है एंड ऑल्सो प्रेफरेंसेस. ओके, इक्विटी को भी दिया है एंड इवन फॉर व्हाट? प्रेफरेंस, इंक्लूडिंग डिविडेंड ऑन प्रेफरेंस शेयर. अरे बॉस, out of 18 lakh rupees there are two dividends in this, equity also and preference also. Can you please tell me one thing, the division of two? So what's simple? It's very simple, because preference shares is already given over you. अरे 50 लाख के ऊपर 12% कितना होता है चेक करेंगे. 50 लाख इंटू 12%. So can I say one thing, प्रेफरेंस शेयर का जो डिविडेंड अमाउंट है वो कितना है भाई साहब? अरे वो 6 लाख रुपए है. अरे जो बचा हुआ डिविडेंड वो क्या है? अरे वो तो इसका अपना इक्विटी का. तो एक मुझे बताएंगे, आफ्टर दिस लेस प्रेफरेंस डिविडेंड कितना कितना माइनस करो बताओ मुझे. 6 लाख रुपए सर, 6 लाख वो दिया ना उन लोगों ने. अच्छा, कितना बाकी है? हाउ मच रिमेनिंग बॉस? इट इज 20 लाख रुपीज. अच्छा, ladies and gentlemen, please tell me what is this 20 lakh? अरे this 20 lakhs is the earnings available to equity shareholders. earnings निकालना है ना अपने को, EPS ई चाहिए अपने को. this is earnings available to equity shareholders. अरे total earnings है ना, मुझे per share चाहिए. what will be your next step? EPS. EPS is equal to rupees 20 lakhs. rupees 20 lakhs whole divided by number of equity share. आराम से मिल जाएगा आपको क्वेश्चन में. यहाँ पे देखो क्वेश्चन यहाँ पे दिया है 100 लाख डिवाइड बाय 50. 100 लाख डिवाइड बाय 50 करेंगे आप, 2 लाख का आपको मिल जाएगा. तो आप जाएंगे यहाँ पे और मस्त तरीके से लिखेंगे 2 लाख का शेयर और आपको मस्त तरीके से आंसर आएगा ₹10. 10 रुपए आपका आंसर रहेगा. सर ये 4 मार्क को क्यों दिया है? आई थिंक उनका गलती होगी, 7 मार्क को रहना पड़ता है. एक्चुअली दिस इज अ 7 मार्क्स क्वेश्चन बट दे हैव पुट इन 4 ओवर देयर बिकॉज़ देयर इज बहुत तामझाम इसमें करने को. डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन नहीं है बिल्कुल ये, ठीक है. Has everybody understood EPS rupees 10? एक बार मुझे yes बोलेंगे फिर मैं आगे जाऊंगा. Can you please tell me? Can you please tell me? Can you please tell me? EPS is rupees 10. Have you come down till here? Have you come down till here? Please tell me yes or no. Has everybody got rupees 10 EPS? If it's yes, then only I will go ahead. Then only I will go ahead. Everybody fast. Have you got EPS rupees 10? Now pay attention. If you've got rupees 10 EPS, see, this is what you need to do over here, okay? Now, अभी अपने को डिविडेंड पर शेयर निकालना है. डिविडेंड पर शेयर also we need to compute, no? So pay attention. I like it here only. Pay attention please everybody. Dividend per share. Tell me one thing. अरे बाबा, out of total 18 lakh rupees, 6 lakhs is preference. Remaining is what? Dividend equity, sir. Equity. So you tell me, out of 18, if 6 is going, 12 lakhs is equity dividend. So can you please tell me how much is per share? How much is per share dividend? So very simple, sir. 12 lakhs divided by 2 lakhs. This will be how much? Rupees 6. Has everybody got this? Rupees 6 per share. Has everybody got this? Rupees 6 per share. Okay. Now please start putting in that formula. अभी हो गया आपका भाई, सब कुछ हो गया. अभी आपको जाना है यहाँ पे. Just start putting it down over here. Okay. How much is D? 6. This is 6. Earning is how much? 10. This is 6. IRR is how much? Where it is 18.75. 18.75. How much is K? K कितना दिया उन लोगों ने? अरे K निकालना पड़ेगा. See, K is still remaining because see in the entire thing there is no K mentioned. So फिर कैसे निकालेंगे K? अरे बहुत simple है. See, tell me one thing. Any formula of K you know? Any formula? Sir, K is equal to D1 upon P0 plus G. कोई बात नहीं. G is not there. We can do one thing. D1 is how much? So we've already got the dividend, right? Is how much? 6. Array, this 300 rupees they have given you na, this, see this. Array, this, that is why they have given you 300 rupees. To put it over there. Rupees 300 plus 0 divided by 300. How much is this? कितना आता है roughly 2%. This is 2%, okay? 2% is your key. 2%. This is 2%. Can you please tell me what is the answer? Institute is wrong in this. I'm telling you, this is my answer. ये मेरा answer है. ऐसा नहीं कि वो wrong है. They might be right also. But I think this is my opinion, and this is the correct answer which should come. Okay. Chalo. Can you please tell me what is the answer, everybody? $43.5 divided by 0.02. कुछ तो ऐसा ₹2175. This comes, everybody. 2175. I'm telling you again, these guys have not solved only. They have just put the question. So what I feel is that whenever institute is putting down questions, I think that they need to solve it, right? So whenever this is an exam question, okay? So whenever exam questions are out there, you need to solve it in a very stepwise approach, so that even the students might be able to watch it कि हाँ बाबा ऐसा step है उसका. But this was out of the box question. So इसमें and they have given for 4 marks, and see they have given nothing in the question. Forget K is not there, E is not there, and you need to compute everything. And they have given the answer of 140. अभी 140 कैसे निकाला वो तो मुझे नहीं पता, but according to me, my answer is 21. Wait, this 2175 should be your answer. As simple as that. Okay, sure. If you have done with this, we need to also compute M&M model. M&M model is very simple. Tell me, in M&M model, we don't compute P0, we compute P1. Okay, so how will we do it? P1, pay attention please. P1 is equal to P0 K plus 1 minus D1. Okay, how much is P0? Wait, they have already given you. Don't get confused. This, because remember one thing, this was for Gordon. अपन Gordon का निकाल रहे थे ना, इसलिए उन्होंने आपको 300 रुपए दिया था ताकि तुम K ही निकाल सको. Are you understanding this? And this is given for this. So 100 K is how much? 0.18 था ना K. How much is K? K निकाला अपन. Where is K? 2%. 0.02 plus 1 minus, how much was D1? 6, I believe. 6. Chalo. Please give your answer. How much is the answer? 0.02 plus 1 into 100 minus 6. So 96 is the answer. Rupees 96 is the answer. Is everybody getting 96? Yes or no? Is everybody getting 96? So you have two answers. One is a very big answer. It's 2175. It's 2175. This was one answer, and the next answer according to M&M model, it is 96. Is everybody getting this answer? Yes or no? Has everybody got? And that's a very one-line answer. Huh? But did you understand the information which is given in the question is for what circumstances or which circumstances? Tax rate क्यों दिया था? ताकि तुम EPS तक पहुंच सको. They've also given you theoretical market price, and that is still, by the way, the meaning of theoretical market price is nothing but it's a forecast, it's an estimation. अपन कभी कभी बोलते हैं ना, theoretical assumptions बोलते हैं. That is the price which they have given you. उससे आपको ये पता चलता है कि आपको like underestimated है, overestimated है. Okay, but that is not the concern right now. It's a price which you need to use it in the Gordon's approach. और उसके बाद आपको 100 रुपीस दिया था for P0, and that we used it for the next model M&M. I hope everybody has got it. Yes or no? Have you got the answers? Please give me a yes or no. 96 आपका आंसर आ गया क्या? Okay. This ये शीट आपको मैं दे दूंगा, and you need, मैं आपको वापस बोल रहा हूँ, you don't need to jump here and there for this. Everything I've compiled, because the moment you see search answers are somewhere else, past examination questions somebody else, MQP is somewhere else, so you don't need to do everything. Just take a printout of this and just keep it in front of you. Okay, simple. This is again repeated question. वो तुमने पहले कर दिया था क्वेश्चन ये, so don't do it. Okay, ठीक है, यहाँ पे लेवरेज है. ठीक है, चलो. नाउ विल डू वन थिंग. नाउ विल स्टार्ट कॉस्ट ऑफ कैपिटल. उसके बाद एक छोटा सा ब्रेक लेंगे एंड देन विल गो अहेड. ओके, देन विल गो अहेड. नाउ कॉस्ट ऑफ कैपिटल, पे अटेंशन नाउ. दिस अभी क्या किया? नाउ वी डिड डिविडेंड पॉलिसी. We have done formulas of both, but what I have done is I have पहले dividend policy उठाया. Cost of capital there is no different as sum. ऐसा कुछ out of the box questions नहीं है. But There are out of the box question dividend policy. I hope you have got that. Value, this question what we did right now, EPS computation, EBIT computation, in fact the value of firm under M&M also, EBIT over overall cost of capital. Okay, please take that into consideration. And now we will start doing cost of capital. Kuch time lagega, uske baad we'll take a small break and then we start off with the last part, with the most simplest chapter, that is leverage. Pro usme bhi अपन बहुत कुछ खेलेंगे. Okay, so don't miss out on leverage chapter also. First we'll do this cost of capital. Jamia Limited has on its book the following amounts and specific cost of each type of capital. Okay, this is a December 24 question. I repeat myself again. The model question papers are already out for December, so please check it out. मैंने यहाँ पे सब cover कर लिया. Okay, चलो. So they have given you book value and they have given you market value also. Okay, and they have also given you the cost. तो फिर करना क्या है इसमें? Debt, preference, equity, returning. What is this? Sir, KD, KP, KE and KR. Calculate the WACC using book value and market value. So I think it's very simple. So first what we'll do is for book value, everything they have given, you only have to do the total weight you have to compute and into multiply by cost. That's what they have done. Total, then there's one column missing over here, weight, or you can do directly also, big deal. Okay, आप directly भी कर सकते हैं इसको into multiply करके, फिर this amount divided by this, you can do it here also, you will get the answer as 11.07. Very simple. Okay, now in market value, see, they've already given you. Now the point is what, I don't know why they have done this, but if you see over here, what do you say louder? आवाज नहीं आ रहा है मेरा सबको. There's a, let me know whether the voice is clear or what. Okay, retained earnings, 1 minute. So आपने तो बोला market value आता नहीं retained earnings का. अरे हाँ बराबर है, but in this question they have specifically mentioned the market value for what? Retained earnings. If they have mentioned it, you have to take it only. There is no way out. Okay, so 7 lakh. This you do the addition over here, multiply this, you will get the value. Okay, very simple. Now next question. Very important. Pay attention, please, boys and girls. MQP June 23. First question was very easy. Okay, everything they have given you. This is important. Balance sheet they have given it to you. Calculate the company's weighted average cost of capital using balance sheet valuation. Okay, the following additional information are also available. What all? 8% debenture were issued at par. Okay, all the interest payments are up to date and equity dividends is currently at 12%. Okay, short-term loan carries interest at 12% per annum. Okay, the shares and debenture of company are quoted on the Calcutta Stock Exchange and current market prices are as follows. So these are the market prices. Okay, for what? 14, 8% debenture is 98. No problem. Rate of taxes 50%. We need to compute the VAT. So what we'll do first is what? सबसे पहले cost of equity. Remember, there is equity over here, reserve and surplus, debentures. So we need to compute KE, KD also and KR also. Okay, so we'll go one by one. First we'll compute what? The KR. सबसे पहले क्या करेंगे अपन? Equity कितना दिया है? It is 4 lakh. Reserve and surplus how much? 2,60,000. Total fund is how much? 6,60,000. Okay, sir. Now you tell me one thing. How much is the value of share according to books? Sir, 6,60,000. 6,60,000 divided by what? How much is the number of shares? Sir, 40,000 other shares. So I'll do what? Same thing. 40,000. How much I'll get? 16.5 is the total. Okay. Now, pay attention. We need to compute the KE, by the way. अपन KE निकाल रहे हैं, but KE के लिए step by step जा रहे हैं. Second, equity dividend per share. How much is it? Sir, answer. We'll see over here. How much they have given? See, given equity dividend how much? 12%. Diya directly. So 12% the dividend we want in rupees, right? So it's how much? 12 upon 100 into what? 10. Because कितना दिया इन लोगों ने? One second. हाँ. How much is the dividend? 12%. So what we'll do is it's basically 1.2. 100 रुपए पे दिया इन लोगों ने. Next. Cost of equity कितना रहेगा? Sir, very simple. इसमें growth नहीं है. So it's very simple. What we'll do? KE is equal to D1 upon P0. Okay. How much is that? 1.2 upon 16.5. This will be a what? A. अगर growth होता तो मैं इसमें growth add करता हूँ. Growth नहीं है question में. तो कितना था इसका? 1.2 divided by 16.5. You will get how much? कितना था ये? 7.27%. 7.27%. Okay, simple. Now this is your key. Key निकला आपका यहाँ पे. Then you tell me what is there more? Sir, they've also given debentures. I've told you one simple logic. What I've told you in the starting when I was starting my this lecture. Whenever this type of question is there, you only need to deduct the tax. तो tax का amount minus करना होता है. So 8% debentures में से कितना minus करेंगे आप? Sir, obviously 50%. So how much you will take? How much you will take over here? Sir, I will take 4%. I will take how much? 4%. Okay. So pay attention, please. Now, what is the question they're asking you? Compute the WACC using balance sheet valuations. Now, pay attention. First is this. Let me just drag this over here. Now, by the way, just for information, this was the note which these guys had put in the paper. Question was wrong. Of 40,000, either students can take 40,000, 10 or 4,000. Obviously, why? Because वो match नहीं कर रहा था फिर. समझ में आ रहा है आपको? चलो, next. Weighted average. This is so after tax ही करेंगे अपन 7.27 and 4. There is no need to show before tax also. अब सिर्फ इतना भी करेंगे तो भी चलेगा. And ये ही दो लेके आपको बैक निकालना है 7.27% and 4%. Okay, and this was your cost. How much is the amount? The amount is given over here. 6,60,000 and 1,70,000. Okay, this will be your amount total. अपन इसका बैक निकाल सकते हैं. This divided by this will be your total back. As simple as that. 6.60%. Weight का भी निकाल सकते हैं. You can put weight column also. Okay, or you can do simple this also. Okay. After tax will be the amount 6.60%. Are you understanding this? Very simple. Next. Pay attention. Model question paper, December 2023. Important. These are all different questions. It's not same question. Okay. And I'm not taking the easy questions also. मतलब जहाँ पे आपको KP या KD निकालने को बोला है. Operating entire statement they have given: operating profit, interest, income tax, net profit, equity share capital, reserve, non-convertible, and this. The market price for equity share is how much? 12. For debentures 91.75, you are required to calculate EPS. Sir, 8 minute. EPS निकालने को बोला. Yes. And the percentage of cost of capital to the company for debenture fund and the equity. They have also told you to compute what? Cost of capital मतलब पूरा आपको बैक निकालना है. ठीक है. सबसे पहले what the first thing you will do? So first thing I need to compute what? The earnings per share. Please tell me one thing. How do you compute the earnings per share? Total earnings available to equity shareholders divided by total number of equity share. Okay. चलो. Sir, we'll do that only first. सबसे पहले. How much is the profits available? दिख रहा है यहाँ पे. Sir, see, they have computed everything. You only need to put in the formula. Net profit after deducting everything is how much? Sir, it is 36 lakh rupees. It is how much? 36 lakh rupees divided by total number of equity share. Total number of equity share 200 divided by 10. 200 divided by 10. So you get this 36 lakhs divided by 20 lakhs. 1.8 per share will be the EPS. Very simple. Okay. Next, we need to compute the cost of debentures and the cost of equity also. Cost of debentures निकालेंगे अपन. Very important. Pay attention now. This was the formula. I1 minus T upon NP. Interest कितना दिया इन लोगों ने? Sir, they have given you interest over here. Now the point is what? Per debenture available नहीं. If that is not available, you can take the entire stuff over here. 33 will be the interest. 1 minus T. Tax rate is 0.5. And how much are the net proceeds? Pay attention, please. 15% non-convertible debentures how much? 220. Okay. तो एक चीज भी कर सकते हैं. Into if we do 220 into 15%, आपको यही अमाउंट आएगा. 33. Okay. So I've taken this over here. This will be 7.5%. Simple. This is your KD. If I want to take KD on debenture market, यहाँ पे market का भी दिया है. Because if it is 93.75, उसका calculation थोड़ा change हो जाएगा. कैसे? This 220 divided by 100 into 93.75. That will be market value. How will you do it? 220 divided by 100 into 93.75. कितना आता चेक करेंगे एक बार. Into divided by 100 into 93.75. This will be 206.25. This is what these guys might have taken it. 206.25 is the answer on market value. Okay. Same thing will happen over here. Only the thing is this is going to change the denominator. फिर कॉस्ट ऑफ इक्विटी कैसे निकालेंगे अपन. अभी इसमें डिविडेंड अप्रोच है, ईपीएस अप्रोच भी है. तो जिनको ईपीएस बोलता है, फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन ओनली दे हैव टोल्ड ईपीएस. लेक्चर के स्टार्टिंग में वी हैड रिटन ऑन ऑल द अप्रोचेस. द थर्ड वाला अप्रोच ईपीएस डिवाइडेड बाय P0. सो ईपीएस इज हाउ मच? सो इट इज 1.8. वी हैव ऑलरेडी कंप्यूटेड हियर. This is 1.8 over here. Okay, divided by your net proceeds. Okay, pay attention, please. Where it is here. ठीक है, हाँ, 1.8 divided by 12, ये कितना आता है आंसर आपका? So this will be 15%, and on book value if I want to do it, it will be 36 upon 200 plus 100. Book value अपन ने लिया है, and this will be 12%. You can choose both the ways, market value also and book value also. Very simple. Okay, चलो next. Acha, now this is the question which you might have done it a lot of times, where you need to compute everything, KP, KD and KR. Okay, तो एक बार ये भी कर लेंगे. This one question also we will do. Okay, pay attention. Yeah, this is very easy. ठीक है, चलो. Do this question first now. This question we'll do. Very basic question, and the most asked question is this. This is nothing but your book value, and this is your market value. This is your market value. Okay, now क्या कह दिया यहाँ पे इन लोगों ने, आपको पूरा पूरा बैक निकालना है. स्टार्टिंग विल डू वन थिंग, विल गो वन बाय वन. ओके, फर्स्ट विल डू द डिबेंचर. नाउ फॉर डिबेंचर पे अटेंशन. इट इज हाउ मच? वेट इज 100 per debenture redeemable at par. The moment it is redeemable, this means the big formula I1 minus T RV minus NP upon N and RV NP upon 2. Okay, at par का मतलब क्या होता है? RV is 100 only. Okay, 30% of coupon rate. What is your coupon interest? And 4% of rotation cost. So what you will write, sir? 13 is the interest, obviously 100 is your RV, and this is your NP, net proceeds. Okay, this is very simple. You will get 7.04%. Nothing rocket science is बहुत simple है ये. अच्छा, ये हो गया आपका KD वाला. Next is KP. What you will do? So same. There is no mention of this over here. What? Dividend distribution tax. So what will be your formula? Dividend plus RV minus NP upon N whole divided by RV plus NP upon 2. Okay, at par बोला है, मतलब 100 rupees will be your RV, and the coupon rate is how much? Where it is? हाँ, 10-year maturity period, 14% dividend, that is 100 into 14, 14 will be your dividend per rate. This will be your answer over here. Okay, pay attention please. 14 will be dividend, 100 minus 95, this will be your answer, 14.87%. 14.87%. Okay, so two things you are down, KD and KP. For KE, the information is given over here. 2 per share flotation cost, sale price 22, dividend expected on equity share at end of year is 2 per share. What is end of year? So end of year का मतलब होता है ये D1 है. Okay, तो फॉर्मूला क्या होता है KE का? KE is equal to D1 upon P0 plus G. How much is D1? 2. How much is P0? 22 minus how much? 2, because flotation cost is there. Plus growth is how much? 0.07. Can you please tell me what is the answer? 2 divided by 20 plus 0.07. This will be 17%. This will be how much? 17% should be your answer. That is what they have done it. Okay. After this, if everything is done, next we'll put down this in what? In the table. Table will be very simple, and there will be two tables, right? Book value also, market value also. Book value will be the same figures which are there in the above. For example, these figures. These figures will be there: 8 lakh, 2 lakh, and 10 lakh. Okay. Chalo. This is your book value. I hope you will get this. I'll share the sheet. Okay. Market value, you will divide by the face value into the market price per share. Okay, simple. This is the same thing. ठीक है. We will take a break over here, and on the other hand side, we'll start with leverage. Okay, it is what? 1.6. Leverage will start at 1:30 p.m. ठीक है, चलो. Chalo, everybody there. I hope you have done your quick lunch break. So the last part of today. By the way, tomorrow we will be meeting for ratio and your working capital. Okay. Tell all your friends that we are live again. We'll wait for 1 minute and then we'll start immediately. Okay. Last part is there, leverage. It's quite easy. We have done a lot of questions of leverage. Okay. Did everybody come in? Just let me know whether all of you are there. Yes or no. Everybody. Chalo, Al-Noor is ready. चित्रा लक्ष द्यायचा आहे. चलो. Okay, chalo. We start. So I welcome you all back to this revision series for CMA Intermediate. Even CA Inter people can sit, but it is exclusively for CMA Inter. For the CA Inter people, we will do it one more time because their examination is in the month of Jan 25. Okay. So for up till now, what we have done cost of capital and dividend policy. Our main focus was on dividend policy because the sums for cost of capital are quite it's very simple. Okay, because we have already put in a much of time for the formula for the concept. Okay, now talking about this leverage, thoda far we will revise in 1 or 2 minutes and then we'll go ahead. Okay, because see, leverage, everything, the entire concept is in the formulas only. If you can play within the formulas, you can do any question. The main thing is the formulas. Now you might feel कि सर कितना तीन तो formula है उसमें और क्या खेलना है? OL, FL and CL. Okay, so pay attention everybody. Okay, first of all, leverage. First of all, leverage. Okay, now the point is what many students do this chapter and they only know the formulas, that is OL, FL and CL. Okay, and if anybody is asking what on earth is the meaning of leverage, they will go blank. Okay, so we'll understand in the first few minutes what on earth is the meaning of the term leverage. Then we'll go ahead step by step. Okay, and then on to the formulas, also the percentage change formulas. Okay, leverage is a hold. It is basically something which is dominating the entire factors. Now, talking in respect of financial management, because leverage is a very general word. Even if you see the dictionary meaning of the word leverage, you will find something related to something of dominancy, something which is of holding. But what is that word supposed to do in financial management? Now, we're talking about two fixed costs. That is, one is your normal fixed cost, and the other is your interest expense. That is also called as the financial cost or financial expense. Now, does this have an impact? Does this play a role in the entire income statement? And the answer will be in positive. The answer will be yes. So if there's any changes over and there, it will impact the entire income statement. Now, when I'm talking about the income statement, it starts from your sales and it goes all the way down to your earnings after tax. Because after EAT, we compute something called as EPS. Okay. Now, leverage, boss, there are three mediums of computing leverage, which you might already know it. That is operating leverage, that is operating leverage, financial leverage, and combined leverage. Pay attention, okay? I'll go on to the formulas in a minute or two, but first pay attention. Also called as in your language OL, FL, and CL. Okay, please make sure your sheet is ready. Okay. Now, the moment I talk about operating leverage, we are talking about fixed cost. We are talking about financial leverage. We are talking for financial fixed cost. financial expense, and that is nothing but we are talking about interest. Okay. And combined leverage is the entire combination of both fixed cost and your interest expense. Now, one by one, if first of all I'll do one thing, I'll draw the income statement, which is very simple. Sales minus variable cost will give me contribution, minus fixed cost will give me EBIT, also called as operating profit, minus interest will give me EBT, minus tax will give me EAT. Is there anything like below this also? Yes, sir. There's something below this also, and that is nothing but your preference dividend, boss. And the moment you finish up this income statement, I'll just zoom out, okay? The moment you finish up this income statement, you will get something called as earnings available to equity shareholders. Is this okay? Is this income statement? And I think which everybody knows this. Okay, ऐसा नहीं है कुछ ये कुछ नया है. अगर कोई ये पता नहीं है तो आपको थोड़ा सा उसमें इन्वेस्ट करना पड़ेगा, टाइम निकाल के वो स्टेटमेंट ड्रॉ करेंगे, बिकॉज पूरा लेवरेज चैप्टर, the entire leverage chapter is on this sheet only. Okay, chalo. Now, from this, what we are supposed to do is we need to compute something called as leverage. Leverage is in times. So whenever you write an answer of leverage, for example, operating leverage, you never write it in percentage. You never write in rupees. You never write in quantity. You always write in times. 1.2 times, 5.6 times, 2.2 times. Higher the operating leverage, it means that there are higher fixed operating expenses in your company. That is what it suggests. Okay, now very simple. If I want to start writing down the formulas, operating leverage is contribution upon EBIT. Very simple. Second, financial leverage, where that ends, this starts. EBIT upon EBT. And combined leverage has two formulas: contribution upon EBT. Because see, combined leverage, it considers the entire income statement, okay, or OL into FL. I think everybody is pretty much acquainted with this, like everybody knows this. Okay, now two things which should be there in your sheet. One is this, and the other is boss. One second. And the other is your percentage change formulas. Percentage change formula. Okay, now see what happens usually is, in the institute will ask you a normal question OLFL, which they've asked a lot of times, and they might also ask you percentage change. So if one factor changes, what is the impact on the other factor? Now when this is coming into picture, the point is everybody starts drawing the entire income statement again. So for example, if let us say they have given a normal question and they have given you one more question: if there is a rise in 10% of sales, what is the impact on EBIT? So for that, you need to draw the entire statement. You can get the answers in this also, percentage change. Okay. So I'll wait for 2 minutes. Can you please start writing down the answers for percentage change, degree of operating leverage, degree of financial leverage, and degree of combined leverage? I'll wait for a minute. I will wait for a minute. Everybody fast. I will wait for a minute. परसेंटेज चेंज के फॉर्मेट चाहिए मुझे. OL, FL and CL. Everybody. I was just checking the dates. After FM, your audit is lined up. Okay, it's from Tuesday. Sunday and Monday we have break. Tuesday again we start with the audit part. Okay, continuous 4 days we are doing FM. Chalo. Now please tell me one thing. This is percentage change in EBIT upon percentage change in sales. Remember one thing, whenever you're doing this wala section, no, it is the top to down approach. I'll repeat myself again. Whenever you're doing the, these formulas simple, contribution wala, EBIT contribution, this is basically your what, top to down. But when you're doing percentage change, it is always the denominator, the downwards part is coming. So whenever I'm writing this percentage change of OL, what is it, sir? Percentage change in EBIT, which is here. This upon percentage change in sales. So, for example, 1% change in sales, how much is the impact? That is what that is giving you. FL, percentage change. Please write down. I hope everybody has done this. I hope everybody has done it. आपका हो गया लिख के everybody fast. Change in EBIT. And last will be the entire statement, okay? Percentage change in EPS upon percentage change in sales. Yes or no? Everybody done? Everybody done? Percentage change in EPS upon percentage change in sales. Okay. Now pay attention. If even you have this entire stuff ready, like before the FM paper, even if you just revise this much now, it is more than enough to solve or to tackle a leverage question. Okay. हाँ, इसमें आपको खेलना है in the classes. What we have done in the classes, we have done pretty complex questions. Okay, because we've done like pretty variety of questions. But if you see the examination questions, it's pretty simple. Okay, have you done this? Can you start with the questions for leverage? Sure, pay attention now. I'll give some of my question also, which you've already done in the classes. But थोड़ा सा देखेंगे आपको आ रहा है कि नहीं. पहले एक काम करते हैं, पहले एग्जाम के क्वेश्चन करते हैं, then we go with this. Okay, चलो. MQP, that is your model question paper, December 24. Okay, waste no time in this. It's a very simple forward question. It's for 7 marks. Okay, calculate the operating leverage for each of the 4 forms P, Q, R, and S. Analyze the relationship between levels of fixed cost and degree, assuming number of units sold are 10,000. Okay, I'll wait for a minute or two. Can you please give me the answers for this? P, Q, R, and S. आपको ऑपरेटिंग लेवरेज निकालना है इसमें, ठीक है? ओनली वन, ओके सर. फॉर्मूला ऑलरेडी मैं आपको फॉर्मूला भी बताया अभी. फॉर्मूला इज योर ओनली फॉर्मूला. Contribution upon EBIT. Okay, so can you please start doing this, everybody? So they're giving sales, variable cost भी दिए और fixed cost भी दिए. I want operating leverage from you. I want operating leverage from you. P, Q, R, and S. First step, very easy. Whenever these kind of questions come, make sure you understand the formula. So it is contribution on EBIT. How will we reach the contribution? Sales minus variable cost. Sales minus variable cost will give me what? Contribution. Contribution minus fixed cost will give me what? EBIT. But remember one thing, sir, यहाँ पे 20 और 6 लिखा है. तो मुझे आप एक बताएंगे, आप पर यूनिट निकालेंगे. That is the reason यहाँ पे इन लोगों ने आपको पूरे के पूरे यूनिट्स दी हैं 10,000. You have to make sure you are multiplying it by the total number of units so that you get the total figure. So 10,000 into 20, 10,000 into 6, because the fixed cost is given, which is total. Okay, that is 1,60,000. Can you please give me what is the answer for P firm operating leverage? First, P firm operating leverage. What is the answer? Sales, variable cost. This will be your contribution. 2 lakhs minus 60,000. So this is 1,40,000, 1,40,000, and minus fixed cost. EBIT will come negative because fixed cost is more in this. Okay. So can you please tell me what is going to be your operating leverage? So it's very simple. 1,40,000 divided by 1,000. How much is it? Is it 7? Is it 7? Yes or no? Has everybody got? Has everybody got? So as a model, can we expect it can be taken in English? Who's this? Kavya Shri. I'm already talking English only. There are few words which I might spell out in Hindi, but if you see the entire effect, what we have taken right now, today from the morning, it's all in English only. You can just go back and just see it, okay? But every lecture is going to be in English only. Who's this? Kavya Shri, okay? So don't worry about that. Yeah, it's negative. It's negative, right? Because see, now this is your module answer. Module answer. See what they have written in the module. It's 7. But can I say one thing, sir? This is negative. This is minus 7 basically. Okay. Sure. Now, is this question very simple? Sir, it's very simple. What we will do? Only the contribution part. The only thing what they want from you is what you are multiplying the total number of units. I think which will eventually do it. Okay. Sure. Can we go ahead, please? Can we go ahead, please? Acha. Where's the second question here? Model question paper, June 24 exam. Okay, June 24. Now, I have picked up very few questions for leverage here, but all are high quality. Now, starting about simple na, June 24. The operating income of hypothetical limited is 1,86,000. What is the name of operating income? We're talking for EBIT. It pays 35% tax on its income. Good. Its capital structure consists of the following. What is there in capital structure? So debentures are there, preference shares are there, and equity shares are there. Okay, done. They are asking you, boss, 4 questions. Now I want everybody of you to pay attention, please. Everybody. Can anybody compute EPS and give it to me? We have already solved, like we've already written down the entire statement. I've also told you EPS कहाँ पे आता है वो, और EPS कैसे compute करते हैं? Earnings available to equity shareholders divided by total number of equity shares. That's basically the formula, right? So how can you compute firm's EPS? Start doing it. Don't wait for me. I'll wait for a minute. You do it. Everything is there on your screen. Everything is there on your screen. Fast. Everybody. If anybody has the answer, please drop it in the comment. If you have an answer, please drop it in the comment. Operating income they have given you tax also. I hope you understand why they're giving you tax. 14% debentures, उसकी आप interest निकाल सकते हैं, like 5 lakh into 14%. Dividend also they have given. Anybody who can get the answer for EPS, asked. You start from EBIT. Yeah? EBIT में से आप interest minus करेंगे. I hope you're doing it. EBT you will get. After EBT you will deduct tax. EAT आएगा. After EAT you will deduct preference dividend. And that's the figure. That's the figure I want. Earnings available to equity shareholders. I'm waiting for that figure. Everybody. This is what it should happen. अच्छा मैं दिखाऊंगा नहीं बाद. Like आप answer दो EPS का. Anybody. Anybody can give me an answer. Fast. Anybody who can give me an answer. We've got one answer. Ishan Singh Thakur has given an answer. Let me just check whether he's right or wrong. What is this? 15.1 is the perfect answer. Very good, Ishan. Rest public, all others. I want an answer immediately. Everybody. 15.35. Tanvi, you're right, close, but it's not right. 15.1 is the bang on answer. 15.1 is the perfect answer. Okay. Now I'll tell you how. You might have started with this. Please look on the screen, everybody. The first is EBIT. 1,86,000. Sir, everybody has taken this. Interest कितना आएगा sir? Interest on 5 lakh it will come 14%. On 5 lakh it will come 14%. It is 70,000 जो आपने यहाँ पे minus किए. Then you will get something called as EBT. After EBT, less taxes, you will get EAT. After EAT, dividend on preferential, how much it is? Sir, it is 1 lakh into 15%. 1 lakh into 15%, which is 15,000. And next you will get available for equity and divided by number of equity shares. Your exact answer has to be 15.1. 15.1. Allur एक बार स्क्रीन के ऊपर देखेंगे आप, एक बार स्क्रीन के ऊपर देखेंगे. Have you understood this? See, EPS का मतलब क्या है? Ladies and gentlemen, please understand. EPS is earnings per share. EPS is earnings per share. And what is this? This is for equity shareholders, boss. Equity shareholders. So whatever is remaining, the residual figure, सबको देने के बाद, डिबेंचर्स को आप दे दो, प्रेफरेंस डिविडेंड को भी आप दे दो, उसके बाद जो आपका पैसा बचता है वो इसका न्यूमरेटर बनता है. EPS का पूरा ये क्या है? earnings available to equity shareholders divided by total number of equity shares. Okay, now this is what we are trying to compute over here. It starts from EBIT. पहले इंटरेस्ट वाले को दे दो, इंटरेस्ट माइनस करो, फिर आपका टैक्स माइनस होगा, फिर आपका डिविडेंड माइनस होगा, एंड लास्ट में आपका ये अमाउंट बचेगा 60,400. This is the amount which will distribute to equity shareholders divided by total number of equity shares जो आपको क्वेश्चन में मिल जाएगा. 4 lakh divided by 100, you will get 4,000 equity shares. Is everybody getting this? Yes or no? अल्लू आपको समझ में आया? कंफर्म करेंगे एक बार प्लीज. $60,400 divided by 4,000, you will get 15.1. 15.1 you will get. Has everybody got it? Please give me a yes or no, so I can go ahead. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, आपको इसमें they have asked you 4 questions. They have asked you 4 questions in this. From GPS, 15.1 is the answer. Everybody got it? Can we go ahead? Can we go ahead? The percentage change in EPS associated with 30% change in EBIT. Wait now. Wait for 1 minute. Please, everybody got it? See, pay attention. Sir, in these kind of questions, 1 second, let me just. In these kind of questions, this question. So what exactly? See, you can solve this question by 2 ways. Huh? One will be traditional approach. What is traditional approach? Okay, sir, they are telling 30% change in EBIT. Both increase and decrease. So what you will do, sir? I'll make 2 columns. I'll increase the amount by 30%. I'll decrease the amount by 30%. Arey Baba, but can I say one thing? You have already got this thing formula where there are 2 parameters. Abhi काम करेंगे. Pay attention. Now only you have written all the percentage formula in your sheet. Tell me which is that formula in which these 2 parameters are there. EPS is also there and EBIT is also there. Please find out and tell me where EPS is also there and EBIT is also there. Sir, I think you are talking for this formula. I think you are talking for this formula. See, both these parameters are there. EPS is also there and EBIT is also there. Are you understanding? Or bhaiya, it is 1 minute ka kaam, 1 minute to answer this question. But first of all, you will need this. You will need financial leverage. So can you please tell me? Can you please tell me if you have done all the sheet? Can you please tell me what is the financial leverage of this question? What is the financial leverage of this question? क्या आप इसमें से FL निकाल सकते हैं क्या? FL निकाल सकते हैं क्या? सर बहुत सिंपल है. EBIT और EBT सामने ही है वो. 1,86,000 divided by. Tell me what is the answer, please. Anyone? Anybody? Fast. Anybody who will get the answer for this? Financial leverage. Anyone? I'll just check. Financial leverage formula. 1.603 times अपना आंसर आएगा. आ रहा है क्या सबका आंसर? 1.60. So if FL is 1.603 times, so please tell me 1.603 is equal to percentage change in EPS upon percentage change in EBIT. Percentage change in EPS upon percentage change in EBIT. Ladies and gentlemen, please tell me one thing. What is written over here? 30% change in what? EBIT. Upwards and downwards. We'll show both of them. So you tell me one thing. They want this, right? X they want. They want percentage in EPS. So we'll give it to them. 1.603 upon percentage change is how much? 30%. So 1.603 into 30% is how much? Sir, 48% आता है इसका. 48% it comes. So you can do one thing. How much was the EPS right now? Please tell me. Wait is. EPS अभी कितना गया? 15.1. So 15.1 plus 48%, 22.34 will be your first answer. But if you're doing it like the same, I'll show you what module also done. Module ने shortcut मारा है यहाँ पे. Module has done what? 2 columns. Increase and decrease. See, we are doing the formula approach. These guys have done by what? See, percentage change and plus किया और minus किया है. But आप दो चीज से कर सकते हैं और you can always do by what? The formula approach. The formula approach. And everybody who's getting this answer, everybody fast. You can go by this also. इसमें basically आपको क्या करना है पता है क्या? So EBIT 30% आपको increase करना है. तो increase किया इन लोगों ने. अगर ये increase है, interest becomes same, taxes are same, ये सब कुछ सेम है. सिर्फ ये आपका इंक्रीज हो गया और इसकी वजह से आपका ईपीएस इतना हो रहा है और इसकी कम होने की वजह से आपका ईपीएस इतना हो रहा है 6.03. Are you understanding this? Yes or no? Yes or no? Everybody. You might get a थोड़ा सा different answer if you go by the formula approach. Degree of financial leverage at the current level of EBIT, which you have already done. तुमने already solve किया, okay? दिस इज द ओल्ड अप्रोच, ये ओल्ड वाला अप्रोच है। आप इससे भी कर सकते हैं, नहीं तो आप इससे भी कर सकते हैं, बाय द नॉर्मल फॉर्मूला अप्रोच। इफ यू डू द फॉर्मूला अप्रोच, आपको सिर्फ इसमें से मल्टीप्लाई करना होता है, ये just multiply this, you will get a percentage and then you can show increase and decrease, increase and decrease। मतलब वो जो परसेंटेज आपने निकाला है वो आप इंक्रीज पे लगा सकते हो, डिक्रीज पे भी, आपको आंसर आ जाएगा। बट इफ यू वांट यू कैन डू बाय बोथ द मेथड। वो इंस्टीट्यूट ने ये मेथड फॉलो किया है, कौन सा? ट्रेडिशनल अप्रोच वाला, दिस वन। ओके, आर यू अंडरस्टैंडिंग दिस? चलो, ओके, नाउ एवरीबॉडी पे अटेंशन। This question is the most important. Please pay attention, please. ये सबसे important question है, बहुत बार पूछा गया एग्जाम में, and इसमें 6 सब questions हैं. There are 6 sub questions in this. Can I read it for you, everybody? A firm's sales variable cost and fixed cost amount to 75 lakh, 42 lakh, and 6 lakh. It has borrowed 45 lakh at 9%, and its equity capital is 55 lakh. I'm repeating myself again. If in leverage you want to revise something before going to the examination hall, this is the question which you will look for. This is the most important question because इसमें 6 sub questions है. It's a perfect question for 7 marks. 7 मार्क को पूछा गया ये, और आपने क्लास में भी किया ये, ठीक है? सबसे पहले आपको ROI पूछ रहे हैं. ROI, can you please tell me what is ROI? It is return on investment. Return on investment. इसका फॉर्मूला क्या बनता है सर? EBIT upon capital employed. It's basically how much you are earning और कितना पैसा डाला है तुमने. Simple. ओके, एक काम करेंगे, बाकी के 6 सब क्वेश्चन बाद में करते हैं, पहले एक एक स्टेप करते हैं। फर्स्ट इज व्हाट? ROI, ROI, EBIT अपॉन कैपिटल एम्प्लॉयड, EBIT अपॉन कैपिटल एम्प्लॉयड, EBIT अपॉन कैपिटल एम्प्लॉयड। So can you please tell me how much will be the answer? Tell me. Sales दिया है, वेरिएबल कॉस्ट दिया है, फिक्स कॉस्ट दिया है, बोरिंग्स दिया है, और equity capital is 55 lakh. Can you please tell me what will be the answer? I'll wait. Anybody? EBIT? सर बहुत सिंपल है। सबसे पहले क्या करेंगे अपन? What will do? Sales minus variable cost will give me contribution minus fixed cost will give me EBIT. Can we solve this? Yes sir, we can solve it easily. Sales कितना दिया उन लोगों ने? Sales is how much? 75 lakhs. Minus variable cost is how much? 42 lakhs. Tell me what is answer? 75 minus 42. 33 lakhs. Less fixed cost is how much? Sir, fixed cost they have given 6 lakhs. 33 minus 6, 27 lakhs. This is your EBIT. Okay. If EBIT you have got, ROI becomes very easy. Okay. Chalo. This is how much? 27 lakhs. What is capital employed? How much is the capital employed? Sir, borrowing is 45 and this is 55. 45 plus 55 is 100 lakhs. Is 100 lakhs. So can you please tell me what is ROI? Is it 27%? Is it 27% everybody? Has everybody got the answer? 27%. 27% has everybody got? Very simple. मैं आपको वापस बोल रहा हूँ, leverage में तुम बाकी कर पाओगे, OL, FL, CL, but this is very important. In a minute or two we'll also solve percentage change के questions, okay? But this is the most important question and this you need to be very crystal clear. Has everybody got 27%? Has everybody got 27%? Yes or no? If you've got, please write it down in a comment कि आपको 27% आया है. अगर नहीं आया तो अपन, like I can explain you once more fast. Have you got 27%? So this was your first. ये आपका पहला हो गया, first ROI. Second, see the way the question is there. Does it have a favorable FL? Now what will students feel in this? अरे yes sir, इसमें तो आपने वो FL निकालना है ना, क्या बड़ी बात है? I can compute FL. No, the question is not like that. I have also told you in the class also. What is the meaning of? अच्छा एक काम करो, पहले FL निकाल के दो मुझे. पहले आप फाइनेंशियल लेवरेज निकाल के दो, कितना आता है? फाइनेंशियल लेवरेज निकाल के देंगे आप. EBIT अपॉन EBT फर्स्ट. EBIT अपॉन EBT. सर EBIT तक अपन पहुंचे, माइनस इंटरेस्ट करने के आपको आ जाएगा. आई वेट फॉर 2 minutes, प्लीज डू इट एंड गिव इट टू मी फर्स्ट. Financial leverage. By the way, it has borrowed 45 lakh at 9%. How much is the interest? 45 lakh into 9%. 4 lakh 5,000. So EBIT minus interest होगा इसमें 4 lakh 5,000 and EBT will be 22 lakh 95,000. Can anybody please tell me what is the FL? Can anybody please tell me what is the FL? Anyone? FL किसका आया है क्या? आप मुझे बताएंगे कमेंट बॉक्स में FL किसका आया है क्या? $1.176. 1.176 times. 1.176 times आपका FL है. Okay. Now please tell me one thing. This is the FL answer, but are they asking you FL? No. The question is framed in a very different way. They're asking you, is it favorable financial leverage? So whenever it's a typical question, अगर आया तो आपको ये ऐसे ही प्रकार का आएगा. तो favorable का मतलब ये होता है you always need to compare with the borrowings which you have done. मुझे बताओ एक मिनट, please pay attention, everybody pay attention. Keep your pens down for 2 minutes. लोन कितने में उठाए रे? At what rate, at what percentage the loan has been picked up? Sir, 9%. And tell me one thing, how much is your financial leverage? Sir, it has come down to 1.176. So इसका जो आंसर है ना ये फेवरेबल लेवरेज का, वो इसमें डिपेंड नहीं है, वो इसके ऊपर डिपेंड है, ऊपर वाले क्वेश्चन के ऊपर. ROI. सी मुझे एक बताओ, आपने पैसा लिया और आपने आपके बिजनेस पे डाला, तुम्हारा बिजनेस कितना कमा रहा है? सर हम लोग का बिजनेस कमा रहा है 27% इज द रिटर्न ऑन इन्वेस्टमेंट, उसको ROI बोलते हैं. और भाई साहब और मुझे एक बताएं, आपने बोरो कितने पे किया है? 9%. सो यू ओनली टेल मी, इज इट अ गुड थिंग और हाई थिंग? सर इट हैज अ फेवरेबल फाइनेंशियल लेवरेज बिकॉज आप पैसा ज्यादा कमा रहे हो इससे जहां से आपने ये किया है एज कंपेयर टू व्हाट यू हैव बोरोड. 9% पे मैंने पैसा उठाया, पैसा यूज कर रहा हूं मैं, बट कितना मैं कमा रहा हूं मेरे बिजनेस में? सर 27% कमा रहा हूं. सो इज इट अ गुड थिंग और अ बैड थिंग? सर इट्स अ वेरी गुड थिंग. आई कैन इजीली पे ऑफ द इंटरेस्ट एक्सपेंस ऑल्सो. दैट इज व्हाई इट इज कॉल्ड एज अ फेवरेबल फाइनेंशियल लेवरेज. सो रीजन आप उसके शीट पे लिख सकते हैं. whenever they are asking you this kind of question, does it have a favorable financial leverage? आंसर भाई FL निकालने में नहीं है, वो तो एक से पॉइंट है. आंसर उसका ऊपर वाले क्वेश्चन पे डिपेंड है. हाउ? यू हैव टू ऑलवेज कंपेयर रिटर्न ऑन इन्वेस्टमेंट, तुम कितना कमा रहे हो, और एज कंपेयर्ड कि तुमने कितना पैसा बोरो किया है. अगर ये उल्टा होता, एग्जांपल मुझे बताओ, तुमने 9% पे लोन बोरो किया, 9% के ऊपर, एंड यू आपका ROI आया था 6%, ये आपका ROI है, एंड दिस इज द इंटरेस्ट का रेट. आप मुझे बताओ कि ये बराबर है क्या? गणित नहीं है सर, दिस इज नॉट अ करेक्ट इक्वेशन, बिकॉज इसका ये मतलब होता है कि यू विल नॉट हैव अ गुड फाइनेंशियल लेवरेज, यू विल हैव टू पे मोर. आपका इंटरेस्ट ज्यादा जा रहा है इसमें, आप नहीं कमा रहे, तो इसका मतलब ये एडवर्स फाइनेंशियल लेवरेज है. बट इज द सिचुएशन दैट राइट नाउ इन आवर बुक्स? नो सर, our ROI is 27%. हम लोग बहुत ज्यादा कमा रहे हैं, हम इजीली है, we are over and above what the interest expense. That is why यहाँ पे आपको आंसर भी दिख जाएगा. पूरे चलो, yes, the firm has a favorable financial leverage as its ROI is higher than what? Interest on debt. Did you understand this? तभी आपको मार्क्स मिलेंगे. FL निकालने का कुछ पॉइंट नहीं है इसमें. पॉइंट ऐसा है कि जो पहला क्वेश्चन तुमने आंसर निकाला है वो तुमको इंटरप्रेट करके सेकंड वाले में देना है. Did you understand this? Yes or no? Did you understand this? Everybody, yes or no? Now this is the second, third. बहुत भारी क्वेश्चन है तीसरा वाला. It's very good. If the firm belongs to an industry whose asset turnover is 3, जो अभी कल चैप्टर करने वाले हैं, रेशियो एनालिसिस, there are lot of ratios in that. Out of that, one ratio is there, asset turnover ratio. And obviously I've given you one shortcut trick also. Whenever turnover is there in that, तो अपन क्या करते हैं? Turnover divided by that parameter. Okay, that's what we do, right? So pay attention, यहाँ पे ध्यान देंगे. आपको ऐसा पूछा है कि भाई साहब आप जिस इंडस्ट्री में है, whatever industry you are in, उसका asset turnover ratio is 3. Okay. So आपको पूछ रहे हैं, does it have a high or low asset leverage? They are asking you. You compute your asset turnover ratio and please compare it with this. Can you please take out the asset turnover ratio of your own company? All the information is there in front of your screen. All the information is there in front of your screen. First, I want somebody to compute asset turnover ratio. I've already told the formula. Total turnover upon total assets. Finish. Total turnover upon total asset. That's the formula. Total turnover upon total asset. That is the formula. जल्दी निकाल के देंगे प्लीज. चलो जल्दी आज ही निकालने का है. Everybody. So basically सेल्स कितना दिया इन लोगों ने? सर सेल्स इज 75 lakhs, दैट्स अ टर्नओवर. एंड टोटल असेट्स कितने दिए? सर वी आर नॉट एबल टू फाइंड असेट्स ओनली. सर व्हाट इज दिस? सर वी थिंक इज अ इनकम्प्लीट क्वेश्चन. नो बाबा, इट इज अ कंप्लीट क्वेश्चन. और अगर असेट्स नहीं दिए तो लायबिलिटीज तो दिए ना. टोटल असेट्स इज टोटल लायबिलिटीज. तो आपको यहाँ पे कितना दिए? इट इज 45 प्लस 55. व्हाट विल बी योर आंसर? वेट इज हियर. So 45 plus 55 आपका था ना लेफ्ट हैंड साइड. So that is your total assets. 75 upon 100, it is 0.75. अच्छा और एक बात pay attention please. What exactly do you mean by this? Sir निकाला मैंने. Oh, it's okay. दिख रहा है वो 0.75. What do you mean by this? See, asset turnover ratio. Asset turnover ratio. Turnover divided by total assets. और ये आपका कितना आया पता है क्या अभी? 0.75. इसका ये मतलब है फॉर एवरी 1 रुपी, पे अटेंशन एवरीबॉडी, पेन्स डाउन फॉर 2 minutes. तो ये सिर्फ रट्टा हो जाएगा. फॉर एवरी 1 रुपी ऑफ असेट इन्वेस्टेड, फॉर एवरी 1 रुपी इन्वेस्टेड इन द असेट, हाउ मच सेल्स यू आर एबल टू जनरेट. वापस बोलता हूं, फॉर एवरी 1 रुपी ऑफ इन्वेस्टिंग इन असेट्स, हाउ मच सेल्स यू आर एबल टू जनरेट. सर इसका मतलब क्या पता है क्या? 1 रुपए डालने के बाद 0.75 मिल रहा है. सर तो बहुत कम है. इट्स वेरी लेस. अरे इंडस्ट्री स्टैंडर्ड कितना है? इंडस्ट्री में कितना बोला है उन लोगों ने? दे हैव टोल्ड 3 इज द इंडस्ट्री रेशियो. मतलब बाकी के जो कॉम्पिटिटर्स है ना, 1 रुपए डालने के बाद 3 रुपए कमा रहे हैं. So sir, you only tell me, does it have a high or low asset? Sir, it's very low. बहुत low है ये. आपको वही आंसर मिल जाएगा यहाँ पे. It is lower than the industry average. Did you understand this question? Yes or no? Did you understand this question? Yes or no? Interpretation, conclusion लिखना important है rather than the calculation. 7 marks आपको तभी मिलेंगे when you write down the exact interpretation of this. तो तुम लोग लिखेंगे कैलसी पे, you might just solve it, you will forget the right. No, you have to write the interpretation. Did you understand this? For every 1 rupee of assets invested, your company is able to generate 0.75 sales as compared to the competitor, which are there in your industry. They're able to generate 3 rupees of sales as compared to 1 rupee. जब हम 1 रुपए डालेंगे. Everybody understanding this? Yes or no? This is also done. I think fourth is very simple. 4, 5, 6. चलो 3 क्वेश्चन तक हो गया. 4th क्वेश्चन, compute the OL, FL and CL of the firm. I think you might be able to do it. OL, FL and CL is very simple because already आपने शीट बनाई है. तो क्या आप OL, FL, CL निकाल सकते हैं? You already have the sheet in front of you. I'll wait for 1 or 2 minutes. Then we'll cross check the answer. Please compute OL, FL and CL of this question. OL, FL and CL of this question. Everybody. OL, FL and CL. आपके पास ऑलरेडी शीट बनाई हुई है तो आप ये निकाल सकते हैं. ओके, दिस वी हैव डन, दिस वी आर डूइंग राइट नाउ. फर्स्ट OL, FL and CL. OL, FL एंड CL। फिर क्रॉस चेक करेंगे अपन। OL, FL and CL. Please tell me what is the answer. OL, FL and CL fast. Everybody done? Okay, we got one answer. तो सबके आंसर आ गए, वेरी गुड। सब निकालना है आपको, OL, FL, CL 3 टाइम। आपने सिर्फ OL निकाला है फास्ट। Sure, we'll cross check. We'll start cross checking everybody. Whoever has got OL 1.22, very good. I've seen answers over here. फिर FL कितना है आपका? 1.18 बराबर है 1.176 से 1.18। अगर आपका OL और FL आ गया है तो आप CL आराम से निकाल सकते हो। It's just the multiplication of the two. Is everybody getting these answers? Yes or no? I want everybody to answer ना fast. I want everybody to answer. 1.22, 1.18 and 1.44. Has everybody got these answers? Has everybody got these answers? Fast. 1.22, 1.18 and 1.44. I'm repeating myself again. This is the most important question in leverage. ये करके जाओ, please. Has everybody got these answers? 1.22, 1.18 and 1.44. Everybody done? Can we go ahead, please? Now, pay attention. If अगर ये आपका आया रहेगा आंसर, these two questions 5 and 6 are based on your percentage वाला formulas हैं. See, एक क्या पूछ रहे हैं? If the sales drop to 50 lakh, what will be the new EBIT? Okay, no problem, no problem. Now you tell me one thing. इसमें आप दो प्रकार कर सकते हैं. एक तो स्टेटमेंट निकालेंगे जो इन्होंने निकाला है. See what they have done. They have done one thing. अगर सेल्स 50 लाख पे तो ये 50, वेरिएबल कॉस्ट भी चेंज हो जाएगा आपका वैसे. Fixed cost will remain the same and you'll get this answer 16 lakh. Very straightforward, okay? But you tell me one thing. Can you please show me this by the formula approach? Can you please show me this by the formula approach? Your question वापस repeat करता हूं मैं. This was the question. If the sales drop to 50 lakhs, what will be the new EBIT? If the sales drop to 50 lakh, what will be the new EBIT? Just for your information. Wait is. This was the formula. Percentage change in EBIT upon percentage change in sales. तो उन लोगों ने आपको percentage change in sales दिया है, वो आपको EBIT का पूछ रहा है. So can you please tell me how can you do it? See. OL percentage change in EBIT upon percentage change in sales. Now the point is what? उन्होंने आपको already दिया है यहाँ पे. Wait is. अच्छा, I'm writing it here. I'll write it here. One second. OL is equal to percentage change in EBIT upon percentage change in sales. Okay. Now they have given a new sales ka figure. How much is that? Sir, they have given us 50 lakh rupees. They have given us 50 lakh rupees. Okay. Now can you please tell me what is the existing sales? Sir, existing sales कितना दिया? 75. Can you please tell me what is the change? 33.33%. एक बार वापस बोलता हूँ. I know this is the most complex this, but please make sure कि आप ये भी कर रहे हैं. ट्रेडिशनल मेथड तो इजी है, पर आपको इसका भी आदत होना चाहिए फॉर्मूला अप्रोच का. सी परसेंटेज चेंज इन सेल्स का मतलब क्या है? कितना परसेंट चेंज हुआ है. तो प्लीज टेल मी वन थिंग, हाउ मच इज द चेंज? सर इट इज 33.33%. कैसे हुआ? ओरिजिनल 75 लाख था, अभी 50 लाख हो गया है, तो डिफरेंस निकालो, डिवाइड बाय द ओरिजिनल 75, कितना आएगा? 33.33% चेंज हुआ है, वो भी कम हो गया, इट इज डिक्रीज डाउन. पे अटेंशन नाउ. ये आपने को पता नहीं कितना है. और ओएल कितना निकाला था आपने? हाउ मच वाज द ओएल बॉस? इट वाज 1.22. 1.22. प्लीज मल्टीप्लाई दिस 1.22 into 33.33%. You will get something, कितना आता है ये? 40.67% आता है परसेंटेज चेंज इन EBIT. Now you tell me one thing, अभी कितना था EBIT? How much was EBIT right now? Sir, EBIT was, where is EBIT? 27 lakh. So 27 lakh minus कितना आंसर था अभी? 40.67%. 16 lakhs will be the approximate answer, जो मेरे हिसाब से इन लोगों ने यहाँ पे निकाला. देखो मिला क्या? 16 lakh rupees. That's the same answer. Why am I showing you this? This is the formula approach. मगर अगर टाइम नहीं आपको तो आप बेसिकली ये भी कर सकते हैं फटाक से, आपको आंसर सेम ही मिल जाएगा. I was just telling you to cross check कि both the methods, traditional method and the formula approach, you will get the same answer. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Have you got this, everybody? Have you got this? Now there's one more question. Over here. At what level will the EBT of the firm will be equal to 0? अभी अगर आपका थोड़ा फार भी ध्यान है ना, आप भी ये मुझे आंसर परसेंटेज के फॉर्मूला से निकालेंगे. I'll wait for 2 minutes. Please do it. Can you please give me this answer fast? By the way, इन लोगों ने this question is incomplete. So the question is incomplete. They have not given at what level of sales. ऐसा क्वेश्चन होना चाहिए. At what level of sales do the EBT of the firm be equal to 0? That is the entire question. क्वेश्चन में ये हो गया, मिस्टेक हो गया, प्रिंटिंग मिस्टेक हो गया उनका एग्जाम में. ठीक है. At what level of sales will the EBT of the firm be equal to 0? Now I want everybody to pay attention. Everybody. Now you tell me one thing, sir. These guys are asking कि नया सेल्स कितना होगा? Okay. अगर EBT of the firm 0 होता है, there are lots of ways of doing this question ना, but एक सिंपल वे बोलता हूं आपको. Now you tell me one thing, सेल्स का निकालना है. प्लीज गो इन योर दैट फॉर्मूला शीट एंड टेल मी ऐसा कौन सा है क्या कि जहां पे सेल्स और EBT मिल रहा है आपको? सेल्स और EBT, वन सेकंड ये सब रब करता हूं मैं. सर EBT तो नहीं है, बट ये सेल्स दिख रहा है, ये बट सर इसमें EPS है, कोई बात नहीं. So we will take EBT over there, big deal. So this is the formula which you will take it right now. ये अभी आप लेंगे ये वाला. Pay attention now, please. Everybody pay attention. That's the last of that question over there. And I'll just put it over here. Percentage change in EPS upon percent. यहाँ पे अपन क्या कर देंगे? Where's the question? At what EBT will be 0? Okay, I'll write an EBT. Combined leverage, what was the formula? What was the answer which you guys got? So 1.44 निकला था. 1.44. Okay, ये निकालना है मुझे. Percentage of change, I have no idea what is that. Percentage change in EBT, these guys have told us तो 0 पे आ गए. अरे boss, you tell me one thing, EBT कितना भी होने दो, वो अभी क्या बात कर रहे हैं कि this has become 0. How much is the percentage change? अरे 100%. 100% change हुआ है पूरा. 100% is the change complete. So you tell me how much will be percentage change in sales? How much will be percentage change in sales? वो भी नीचे है. See, tell me one thing, how much was EBT right now? Sir, EBT was this much, 22,95,000. अभी इसमें से गिर के कब तक आ गया? 0 तक आ गया है. 100% चेंज हो गया है. So you tell me one thing, how much is the percentage change in sales? Fast. Ishan, very good. So it will be how much? Divided by 1.44. 69.44% इसका आंसर आएगा. मतलब 100 divided by 1.44. Now you, it's very simple now. एक काम करो ना, सेल्स की फिगर क्यों बजाओ? How much was the sales का फिगर? So sales was how much? 75 lakhs. So 75 lakhs minus कितना आंसर आया आपका? Wait is 69.44%. 75 lakhs minus 69.44%. 22,92,000। Now we'll check कि उन्होंने कितना निकाला है। So आपको अप्रोक्स 22,84,000 मिल जाएगा। फॉर्मूला से 2290 आ रहा है, इनका 84 आ रहा है, पर मेरे हिसाब से आपका आंसर बराबर है 22.92। समझ में 69.54। जब 5 आ रहा है क्या वो 100 डिवाइड बाय 1.44 नहीं 44 है। अगर 54 भी लेते हैं, मेरा तो 44 आ रहा है बॉस। 22 lakhs must be your answer. 22 lakhs must be your answer. 2292 is the new level of sales at which EBT will be zero. At which EBT will be zero. 1.44 आपका CL एग्जैक्ट 1.44 आ रहा था क्या? राइट 22 अगर 54 लेते ना आप 69.54 then you will get 22 lakh this answer 84,091 exact. Is everybody getting this? Yes or no? ये क्वेश्चन बहुत बार पूछे गए हैं, ये वाले सेम क्वेश्चंस। चलो now pay attention please everybody, pay attention please. I want to give you one question, ये होने के बाद we stop. Okay, take this question please and then we will go ahead. Selling price is rupees 10 per unit. Variable cost ratio is 70%. Fixed cost is rupees 1,000. Units sold is 1,000 units. Okay, आपको पहला क्वेश्चन पूछा है यहाँ पे फाइंड आउट ऑपरेटिंग लेवरेज, और एक क्वेश्चन पूछा है फाइंड आउट EBIT if sales increase by 40%. थर्ड पूछा है फाइंड आउट EBIT if sales falls by 25%. आंसर मुझे आप फास्ट में करके देंगे, प्लीज गिव मी दिस आंसर फास्ट. इट्स अ वेरी सिंपल स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड क्वेश्चन, आई वांट द आंसर फास्ट. Operating leverage in new EBIT if there's an increase in sales and new EBIT the sales कम हो गया है जल्दी. Can you please tell me what is the operating leverage? पहला वाला, how much is the operating leverage? First, anybody? Very good. Operating leverage will come 1.5 times. This is your first answer. Everybody who's getting the answer 1.5 times fast. 1.5 times. ये आंसर आ गया सबका. Have you got 1.5? सेकेंड क्वेश्चन देखेंगे. सेकेंड क्वेश्चन आपको EBIT निकालना है अगर सेल्स 40% से बढ़ता है. If the sales increase by 40%, what is the new EBIT? The sales increase by 40%, what is the new EBIT? तो अब ये भी कर सकते हैं, परसेंटेज चेंज इन EBIT अपॉन परसेंटेज चेंज इन सेल्स। हाउ मच इज द परसेंटेज चेंज इन सेल्स? खुद ही दिया उन लोगों ने 40% है। सो दिस इज 40%, OL is 1.5, दिस इज x। कितना आंसर आता है चेक करेंगे एक बार प्लीज। 1.5 into 40%, so this comes to 60%। 60% is rise। तो कैन यू प्लीज टेल मी अभी EBIT कितना है? तो उसमें आप क्या करेंगे, सिर्फ 60% इंक्रीज करेंगे। व्हाट वाज योर नो EBIT? तो अभी का EBIT हम लोग का 2000 था, so what will do 2000 plus 60% is your answer, is your new answer। 3200 is a new EBIT। 3200 wherever increase is there, आप existing figure को सिर्फ प्लस कर देंगे ऊपर से, ठीक है। is your answer 3200 everybody। 3200 is your new EBIT। this is your new EBIT। एंड ये इंक्रीज वाला है, डिक्रीज वाला भी सेम करना पड़ेगा आपको। कितना बोला उन लोगों ने? डिक्रीज बाय 25% बोला, ठीक है। तो सेम थिंग, सेम लॉजिक विल अप्लाई हियर ओनली। 25% x 1.5, तो ये कितना आता है? 1.5 इंटू 25% आता है। सो 37.5% इज द डिक्रीज। तो 2000 माइनस 37.5%, आपका आंसर आना चाहिए 1250। new EBIT is equal to rupees 1250। new EBIT is 1250। can you please tell me, can you please confirm? The reason why I've taken this question is because of you to understand that formulas, percentage change wala। have you got these two answers, yes or no? Have you got these two answers, yes or no? 3200 and 1250। everybody can you please give me yes or no fast? Chalo, everybody, if you're done with this, we'll end today's session। thank you for attending। okay, you will get the notes। आपको व्हाट्सएप करना पड़ेगा। जो अपने बच्चे उनको तो मिल जाएगा, जो बाहर के बच्चे से व्हाट्सएप कर दो। टुमारो 24th, right? 24th October, ratio, both are heavy chapters। सेम कल का भी सेशन इतना ही रहने वाला है। सेम बिफोर लंच we'll do ratio, after lunch we will do working capital। okay, we start at 11 AM। चलेगा? थैंक यू टुडे। मेरा एक ही है, that's the reason I'm not taking marathon, we're taking revision। आराम से करेंगे। make sure आपका आज का वही टारगेट है। आपका आज टारगेट एक ही है, 3 चैप्टर आपको खत्म करने हैं। you have to complete these 3 chapters today। complete it with me only। you will be at a very satisfied stage till your examination। मैं वापस बोल रहा हूँ, आप बाकी पढ़ाई कर सकते हैं, बट ये 3 चैप्टर आपको खत्म करना ही है आज by anyhow। whatever doubts you have, you can revert back to me, but make sure you are solving these chapters today। tomorrow will be a new day, new chapters। ratio and working capital both are very heavy, so pre-lunch and post-lunch। okay, same thing will follow tomorrow also। okay, chalo, thank you so much for watching and have a great day ahead। thank you।